Hello everyone, welcome to Bronze, the final ever race in Bronze history then before you convert into Hyperdrive Esports for next season. We have got we've got two more races to go here tonight in Bronze, and there is a couple of things that we need to decide here tonight before we finish off. That is the Constructors Championship and the battle for second as well around Abu Dhabi here in Yas Island then. So there is a lot to still play for here tonight then. Oh, I haven't got my spreadsheet up. How rude of me. But yes, so welcome and thank you very much for the 400 subscribers. We're now on 402. Can we get to 500 subscribers? Oh, goodness me. If we can, then, because I think that I'm very looking forward to, because one of the admins has got me a big bar of chocolate, which I'm very much looking forward to. Hopefully it's coming Thursday, and then I can enjoy Christmas before we go on to Hyperdrive in the new year of 2022. Gosh, 2022, that's scary, isn't it, to say the least? But yes, we are tonight here in Abu Dhabi. Let's take a look at the drivers and the constructors, shall we? And it is like this. Theo, of course, the champion. Then, of course, already on 205 points. And with the battle between Joseph and Ayrton to go up into silver next season is looking very, very precarious indeed. Then there's 3 points separates those two drivers. Vintage in a superb fourth position with Irvine in fifth position. Shatters in sixth, and it's very close between those drivers. 7 points separates Vintage, Irvine, and Shatters. An incredible battle then throughout the season. Echo's retired from ALR, unfortunately, in seventh position. And so so that is it then for Echo. We be not seeing him in Hyperdrive Euro for next season, unfortunately. Eighth position is Alibi, a brilliant Grand Prix last time, in the Brazilian Grand Prix, I should say. Silent shifted in ninth position. I don't think he's going to get any further than that, unfortunately, as he has not played a part in bronze for a number of races now. 10th position is Swan Shanks as well. You mad, bro? In 11th then, with 12th position is Billet with Baz in 13th, Camera Racer is 14th, Diashi in 15th, Chappie in 16th, who hasn't raced for such a long time now. 17th position is Roscoe, Gunnar in the relegation zone along with Diego, and RD Wee is in 20th position on -1 point, only his second driver in history of ALR to finish on minus points, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame there. In the Constructors Championship, this is what we're going to be interested in, sides between the Aston Martin and the Ferrari team. However, technically, Red Bull and McLaren have a chance at the Constructors as well, albeit Red Bull are 31 points away, McLaren are 37 points away, so something untoward, something spectacularly must go wrong then. Feels after session, unfortunately. Alpha Tauri in 5th position, Haas are in 6th and 15 points away from the Alpha Tauri, Mercedes and Haas on 170 points, and Williams are only 4 points away, so Alpine are further 3 points away from the Williams team. Very close indeed. Alfa Romeo are at the bottom of the Constructors at the moment, unfortunately. And last but not least, the joint Constructors then, as it stands after silver of last night, then looks like this. And hang on a minute, because I haven't ordered that very well, so give me a second. Let me do a bit of a tweak then, and job will be a good one. And oh, goodness me, good job I excel in Excel. Terrible puns. In the joint Constructors and AlphaTauri are leading on 1,151 points from the and then it's all square between the Williams and the McLaren teams, and it is 182 points apiece then between those two teams. Who is going to be runner-up then? It's going to be looking very tense indeed then. Ferrari are on 185 points in 4th position, and Mercedes then are a further 21 points back then on 834. Haas are in 5th position, but it looks at this with Aston Martin moving up into 7th position, and Haas is 6th, Aston Martin 7th, and Alfa Romeo just one below the 700 mark, then Red Bull are in 9th position, and Alpine are only on 463 points, unfortunately. So that is what's to play in the joint Constructors then. Right then, that is it. We've done our little piece then. Let's get on with the action, shall we? We have got Diash17. He is first in the comments, but Serious Rusher is the biggest fan, and I would have no quarrels about that. or will I? Because the Ashes just said that's a lie. Ash Troy, Serious Rush saying Ariel, hello, good evening, Ariel. Then Ariel was very unlucky last night because he was superb in that second Mercedes, wasn't he? He was absolutely supreme then. I think he qualified on the second row of the grid, and then he really was doing a good job in the race there. He's third, wasn't he, for majority of the first half. Unfortunately, it didn't go too well as he had issues at this turn 9 here. He went wide, and we're not sure what happened at turn 9, but he lost an abundance amount of time, didn't he? I'm not sure if he clipped the barrier or whatnot, but it wasn't too good for Ariel then, unfortunately. Just want to say, come on, lad. One last person, Vintage saying, even though then, so Vintage has also jumped into the comments as well. Then, hello. Thanks for the great season for all is concerned. Vintage saying, we're on 2 more streams to go before ALR transforms into hyperdrive for next season. And just a quick heads up as well. Next season we'll be going over to Twitch then, and all the races will be streamed on Twitch then. So yes, then of course the advertising will come out momentarily at the end of the season as well. Then, but of course, more importantly, enjoy your Christmas as well, everywhere as well. But here's Ariel then. I'm sure he's enjoyed that lap then. Out of the final turn then for Ariel then. One of the newer members of the ALR roster, and he is fastest so far on a 36.3 to start off our journey tonight. Then. Can I catch Ayrton? I can indeed. He's 10 for a second, third one there. But he's got a big fight on his hand then between himself and his Ariel is off the circuit there, and he's gone off in a major way. You mad bro's gone fast as hell. That's quite a considerable gap there between you man bro and Ariel. That's an impressive Tom D. Diashi is the slowest car so far, as we got a Williams. Is that a Williams coming down the back straight? The start finish straight? I think it is. Here's Gunnar then on board with Gunnar. Of course, Gunnar, one of the most experienced drivers in the LR history. I think he's raced in all 4 divisions there, and he has got so many. He's been involved in so many Grand Prix, hasn't he? Now, incredible stuff. We'll have a stat for that at the end of the season then, after I've come out of hibernation then. But we got Gunnar then, who's just finished off his up. So I think the camera is starting as well. We got a Ferrari of Theo, who don't worry about that invalidation there. We got a David on here tonight, and it's Resify. I think that's how you say it. But Resi, lovely helmet, and look at that. That's absolutely beautiful there. The lovely that's an absolutely hot pink helmet there from Resify. I think that's how you're saying it, but making a full-blown David start in bronze then. So welcome Resify, and I hope that it's the start of a very happy journey in ALR, soon to be hyperdrive. So D-Mac making his second appearance in ALR tonight after he debuted in COBALT, I think last week. It was COBALT, wasn't it? And we've also got Carrot Finger as well, and I've seen some brilliant absolutely brilliant comments as well, so I'm absolutely loving that. Of course, said as I think it was Alibi said something about if we're racing at night, then Carrot Finger will have the edge. Said, of course, as he can see in the dark, can he? But Carrot Finger, love the name. And again with Carrot Finger, like Resify, I hope both these drivers are going to be on our roster of drivers then for the foreseeable future in hyperdrive. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what both those drivers can do there. So just sticking with Resify, unfortunately he hasn't validated his time, so I'm going to stick with Carrot Finger, who's in the Alpine car. Alpine do need a lot of help, don't they, because of what is occurring out there so far, because at the moment they are right at the back now, the joint constructor. And of course Red Bull for the second season in a row then, well, they finished 10th last season, this season they're going to finish 9th, so that's progress in the joint constructors for the Red Bull team. It was Carrot Finger having a bit of a squirrel on the old rear posterior then into the final couple of turns. Right, Cryptic Alibi, it's got his bronze helmet on. We'll have a look at Alibi's helmet in a minute. And oh goodness me, get your mind out the gutter. Carrot Finger has just got across the line, a good time indeed then. Irvine then out of the final turn then, and let's see what Irvine could do then on the board as well. Of course, Irvine will be fifth in the championship, and unfortunately he's not going to get promoted this season, but I'll be interested. I'm going to be keeping an eye on Irvine now, because I am a massive fan of this man. I'm a massive fan of all drivers, to be honest, but Irvine really impressive. Somebody then Resify on another lap as well. Joseph, Joseph is that's a wheel off. Joseph is out of the qualifying session now, and oh goodness me, well now his car's been miraculously fixed then, but the wing is anyway. But Joseph is out of qualifying, and that's Ayrton's major rival for second in the World Championship then. And of course the drivers may say that is not important, but I do not believe them one iota, because of course you still want to be as high as possible in the championship. On board field with the George Russell helmet there, lovely something. Here is our champion, the youngest ever champion in ALR history of bronze and and all of ALR history, isn't it? So good 17 there from Theo. Absolutely stellar season indeed. Really impressive stuff. Serious Mushroom, oh god, not Twitch, I'll have to get a new laptop or chat there. You can use your phone, Mushroom, there. Screen's too small, Alibi then. We've also got Adam saying good evening as well, and Theo's gone second fast, 2/10 second away from you, man, bro, at the moment now. At this moment in time, Theo is over just a couple of tenths away from the first ever COBALT champion. His vintage there is taking a bit of a detour there, hasn't he, at the moment there? Adam is down the back straight. No, he's nowhere near the back straight. Where is he? He's on the final part of the circuit. Good grief, me. Sort your life out. We got Alibi saying, could I have my stats after the race? Indeed you can, Alibi. We have also got Carrot Finger, wasn't that a Bond villain? As so everyone said you can't pot there. I think that was Goldfinger, wasn't it? Was it Shirley Bassey that sung the score for Goldfinger as well? Wasn't it like Goldfinger or something like that? I don't know. Connects down the back straight. We've also got Roscoe out on circle as well. We've got the two Red Bulls there getting in each other's way, so that's not going to be too helpful there. Roscoe then in the Ferrari, of course he won. Oh, and Adam is off the circuit. Oh, good grief there, and Adam has got off in a big way. He is out of qualifying. That's two drivers ended to hit the wall quite heavily here, as we got the Haas car just making a trip there on the new configuration circuit, which will not be on this game or the next game, I don't think, but it'll be on the game after. Remember, next season in Hyperdrive for all 7 divisions is connects there. I thought he was going to connect into the wall then, but next season then all 7 divisions are going to be racing around 24 Grand Prix. Then we think that China is going to be on the calendar as well, so 24 is the longest season ever in the history of our sport, our business, and in terms of ALR. So yeah, looking forward to that one. Indeed, then connects as the second of the slowest time runners thus far. Roscoe is just in the final part of the lap. Sorry, Roscoe, a Grand Prix winner in bronze, and I'm sure he's I think he's a mobile Grand Prix winner, isn't he, Roscoe? No, he is. He's a one-time Grand Prix winner, but he's been on the podium twice. And his 42nd race start. So Roscoe's been in bronze for quite a while now, and he won that. He won in a fine style as well, didn't he, in the Italian Grand Prix last season? Then out of the final turn then, and down. And so for say the score arc at you, music teacher then. Indeed I am then. You could say that I am a very fine pianist then, or something along those lines. And gosh, I'm anything but that. To be fair, I do love a good old score of a score of a film or something like that, because it really gets you going when you're in the gym. Usually gets me going, as in when I say get me going, I mean it gets me inspired to leave the gym rather than do anything in the gym. I only go to the gym really to see what's in the vending machine. They've got some absolutely spectacular like but I think it's like those Nutri-Grain bars or something like that, because there's like a little bit of strawberry jam in the middle. I absolutely love them, really. That's the reason why I have go to my local gym. I'm sure I have a gym membership of about £30 really, and I think I have only ever used it properly once. I think I went for an induction, and that was it. They've never seen me again. Into the pits comes Cadet said, and he is slowing down then to 80 kilometers an hour. And so we'll see how Connect's there, unfortunately, on a bit of an adventure so far. Back on board with D-Mac then. Mac has made his debut in COBALT last week, and he was impressive indeed, was he? Right at the sharp end of the field there. The race didn't go as intended there for Mac, but he was a bit unlucky, but I hope he enjoyed himself. We certainly enjoyed his company, as he is getting very friendly with the outside curbs there, down the little dip, then across the line, and that's much better for D-Mac there. Less than 100th of a second between himself and Resify here, so very impressive then for the two new drivers then of the of the world of ALR here tonight in Abu Dhabi. We got Alibi then, of course, sporting the new HDE then, so good stuff indeed there for Alibi. Much more committed than I am. I don't think I've ever changed my Ginger Rage name, but that's because I'm quite a tight young man in terms of the old money and stuff like that. Thank goodness me, I'll keep my wallet very close, and it usually doesn't come out of my pocket, and whenever there's time to buy a round then or anything like that, I'm usually scarping away. I do take off like Linford Christie, or for Usain Bolt then. Usain, was it? No, it's Usain. Who's Usain? Goodness me. Usain Bolt then, as we got vintage there down the back straight. Critical Alibi, go to the gym range at Nando's is only around the corner. To be honest, actually, Alibi, you're not too wrong about that. We got I think we've got a gym, then we've got literally like a load of pubs like Weatherspoons, and then it's really good. The only problem is that the gym is right at the end now, so it's right at the end now, so I've got to really be intrigued to go to the gym, but yeah, that's something that's never going to happen, really. To be honest, when I get to the gym now, someone sticks a fishing rod around down my back there, and there's probably, I don't know, there's a reservoir's retired from the session house, that's Ayrton as well. You stick a rod down my back there and just like have a piece of, I don't know, a piece of beef on the end of it there, and I'm just running at it. That's the only way that you'll ever get me doing anything. Vintage into the final turn now, and let's see what Vintage can do. And he's been my star of the show, of all of ALR, in my humble opinion. I've said that time and time again this season. He's been superb, hasn't he, Vintage has? And absolutely night and day from last season. He's been the most improved driver in my humble opinion. He has elevated himself to fourth in the championship. He's been very unlucky as well, Vintage has there. His qualifying performance may not have really haven't probably stood out as much, but my golly gosh, so it's race trim where it's definitely where it's out there, and Vintage has absolutely nailed that superbly well, hasn't he, over the course of the season, and he has been magical, very much indeed. Then out qualifying one is Joseph, and that is a crucial problem because Joseph is battling with Everton in the championship for second place here tonight. Oh no, and Swanshanks is in the wall, and he is out of qualifying. That's 3 for 3, and he is in the wall then. Oh my golly gosh there. So Swanshanks has hit the wall quite heavily here, and yes, that is the AlphaTauri out of qualifying. So Joseph and Swanshanks is going to make up the 10th row of the grid for the final race in the bronze era, and that is a shame indeed. Then the other AlphaTauri Shadows is now starting his lap as well. Connects also out on circuit at the moment. Then we have lost Swanshanks and Joseph. Also out qualified at the moment is Alibi, Connects and Shadows. And we've also lost Adam as well. Adam cannot improve his time, and that's a very impressive time indeed then. So these drivers cannot make any mistakes at all. And oh goodness me, search for saying Vintage your start. That's it. I'm leaving after COBALT. Oh goodness gracious me, there's a serious question there. Not too happy with that statement then, but of course I think all the drivers done superbly well. Gunnar is out of the session there. Fio's also out of the session as well. I think all the drivers have been superb, but I do think the Vintage has really stood up in the seat of that car this season, hasn't he? There's been some really impressive performances as well. I think that young Tommy as well, another driver who we was talking to young Tommy last night. He was never, he said it multiple times over the season there, that young Tommy was never ever, he said he never ever expected to be a championship contender in silver, but my goodness me, he's had 15 podiums in his 18 or 19 starts, and we've got a problem with one of the Alfa Romeo cars. It's Camera Racer, who is just recovering back onto the circuit there. Lovely shot, the curb there. I do love a curb camera, but unfortunately that was not the time we had that. That was not the time of the place there. Just watching Shadows now coming into the hotel. By the way, thank you for the 402 subscribers. As I said, the joke at the beginning of the stream, can we get to 500 in the next 2 days? Goodness me. We've had a lot of subscribers over the last couple of days. And absolutely fantastic stuff indeed there. As Shadows goes across the line, he is full fast over there. We got connected down the back straight as well. It's been absolutely brilliant stuff indeed there. It really makes my day when I see more subscribers. I've also had some commenters as well. I'm asking about joining the league, whether it's on PlayStation 5, 4, or in that kind of jazz, which also reminds us, I think we had a comment last night on one of the Australian highlights said. So yeah, absolutely. I think that we're thriving at the moment now. So the future is looking bright then. As that old advert used to go, the future's bright, the future's orange. Of course, as the old Orange mobile company before. Did they become T-Mobile? I don't know where. And then did T-Mobile become O2 or something like that? I have no idea. Something like that anyway. But there was a lot of mobile phone companies, wasn't there, until the almighty crash of 2008 and 9 then, where we had did we have like I don't know what it was. Connects is currently 2.5 seconds improvement there, but he's currently still out qualifying at the moment, so that's not good. Gunnar has also been confirmed out of qualifying as well. Here's Alibi, our newest Grand Prix winner, or was our newest Grand Prix winner until last night, where Oh gosh, no, just I've forgotten the McLaren driver's name. Absolutely shocking. And this is why I should be doing forward. This is why I'm not doing 4 streams next season, because my memory is absolutely appalling. Alibi back into the pits, and he has abandoned his time then. So Alibi has had enough, and so he's in the pits there. And yes, so Alibi is out of qualifying. It's Connect's also out of qualifying as well. We've lost 6 drivers in the opening exchanges here in this qualifying session. So Adam then, who cannot get into the spare car, he is done and dusted out of this qualifying session, along with Connects, Gunnar, Alibi, Joseph, and Swanshanks. And the Aston Martin, who are challenging in the Constructors' Championship. This is not a good start for Aston Martin. They need to, of course, it's 8 points separates the Ferrari and the Aston Martin team now, and that is a disaster for both Gunnar and Joseph. So they need to really pick up their socks then, don't they? Or pull their socks up rather than pick up their socks, which I need to pick up these socks as well, because yes, they're all over the floor really, and I should be putting them in the drawer, in the ball, and in the drawer then. And just Connect said who's just crawling, just coming back into the pits as well. Aaron said, bit of pleasure racing ALR. It wouldn't be the same without you, Sean, with some lovely love hearts as well. And thank you very much, Ayrton. Yes, of course, Ayrton's been another drive. I say Vince has been superb there. Ayrton's also been superb as well. The way he's bounced back from relegation to do a great job as well this season. Joseph, who got promoted from Cobalt to Bronze this season. So I forget some drivers get promoted. Then, like Dylan, for example, who looks like he's like a duck to water from Bronze to Silver. He's been supreme, hasn't he? Fantastic stuff indeed. There's been a lot of outstanding performances indeed. Is Connect a phone company? It should be. Serious Russia was saying that. I reckon that is a I'm sure that I've heard something about Connect before. Maybe it's not a phone company. Maybe it's a network company. I don't know. As we're just on board the Williams car. So it's now on the dolly wheels being removed back into the garage. And yes, so that's the end of that. That's the end of that for Connects, unfortunately. But don't worry about that, Connects fans. I used to be a big Connects fan as well. Actually, I did love a bit of Connects and also a bit of Lego as well. But don't worry about that, Connects fans, because he will be back in action for the race as well. I'm sure of it. Swanshanks in the wall there. Goku, who found it quite funny to see Swanshanks go off quite horrific fashion there. Also is Joseph as well. That's a major problem there for Joseph. He's got a lot of work to do to get second in the championship. He's 3 points in front of Ayrton at the moment. That is what's on the line here. We've got Alibi in 18th position there. Gunnar in 17th position. Connects in 16th. And Adam also out qualified in 15th position. Those are the bottom 6 drivers then as we proceed into qualifying 2 for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Goodness me, my laptop's absolutely whirring away at the moment. I don't know why it's whirring away. I think the fan might be stuck on something. Gosh, it's making a bit of a lawnmower sound at the moment. Maybe I have to give it a good old shake or throw it out the window. Right then, we're into 50 minutes of this qualifying 2 session. Serious Mushroom, goodness me. Gonna miss the Haas car, laugh out loud. Sometimes I crack myself up. So I must say that Serious Russia, I think you'd be. I was saying on the stream last night, you'd be happy to see the back of the Haas car, and maybe even the back of your teammate Favre as well, perhaps. But of course, I feel that at the beginning of this season, I was saying about that both Haas drivers from Silver it's going to be between them and the 2 Williams drivers of Maldonado and New Potato for the Constructors' Championship, but that hasn't proved to be the case, has it really? So the so once again, then the commentary gets completely wrong, doesn't it? Really, that's why I should not do predictions, because that is nowhere near that. By the way, lovely helmet design there from D Ashi. I think there's someone else that was talking about. We're talking about their bronze helmet. I think it was Alibi, wasn't it? So we'll have a look at Alibi's helmet later on in this session as well. As Alibi there is really stirring the pot then, because the Serious Mushroom is at the Haas team for next season. He is going to be a very unhappy chappy, isn't he? Serious Mushroom is who Serious Mushroom has had a very difficult season, but hats off to Serious Mushroom now to like turning up week after week after week to drive in a car which he's not been too happy with in a season which has not gone well. And for a lot of other drivers as well, this is just turned up, like Gunnar, for example, who's had a pretty difficult season, I think, in ALR this season as a whole. But of course, Gunnar also turns up each and every week as well. I think it's absolutely fantastic. We've got like guys like Roscoe as well, also in it almost every week as well. Camera Racer, who we know that Camera Racer should be, with the talent that's on offer, should probably be more higher up in the championship than what he is at. Definitely. So very much hats off to the drivers, and they've had a difficult season, and I must say it is very difficult to get motivated in when it's not been your year then, or your season in Formula 1 then, but very good stuff indeed. As I was saying, it's because your laptop knows it's going to Twitch. Mine doesn't. Goodness me. We are going to be going to be simulcast then for Division 1 next season, so we'll be on Twitch and YouTube for Division 1 for next season then. All the other leagues will be on Twitch, or it'll be on from 7 to 2 will all be on Twitch then. Division 1 will be on YouTube as well. Ariel's off the circuit there. Oh my word, what's I'm drifting on? Oh dear. And he's off at the same place as where Joseph was off a minute ago. So that is not good at all then, is it? Serious Mushroom saying that Roscoe's been around as long as Serious Mushroom. He's been, I think, Roscoe has been around forever and a day, hasn't he, in the ALR? So superb stuff indeed there for Roscoe. He's this is 42nd Grand Prix starter tonight in Bronze, but he has raced in, I think he's raced in gold as well, hasn't Roscoe? I'm not sure if he's raced in silver. He may have had a sub appearance or two, but I'm sure he went straight from gold to bronze. Actually, Roscoe did, as he just didn't have time to practice, did he, Roscoe? Unfortunately, which is why he dropped down at bronze. Because when he did have time to practice, Roscoe was probably at the height of his powers in gold, wasn't there? Very much a very good midfield runner, wasn't he? Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed there. Antenna spun then for Zero said, yes, that was Ariel who has spun, unfortunately, at the top of the hill of turn 2 and 3 as well. As we're just now on board there with Diashi out of the final turn, then as day turned into night. Then we haven't got an evening race. We haven't got a late afternoon race tonight. We have got a dusk to night race tonight then, with Diashi going fast so far. What about Mac then? Also on the medium tires as well then. So a lot of drivers then are doing their laps on the medium rubber there. Apart from Ayrton, who is on the soft tires, but Ayrton's invalidated his time there. We'll see if that is a part of his plan or not. Then Vintage is on is third as well then on the medium compound tires. Diashi fast said 4/10 second in front of Mac, who's second, both on medium tires. Vintage is a further 2/10 second back from Mac in third position there, all on medium compound tires. Diego is on the soft tires, 4/10 second away. Diego is in the Mercedes car, but Diego then would like to probably start on the faster tire. What about Carrot Fingering? Carrot Finger, I should say. He has gone fastest by 4/10 of a second there from Carrot. Really good stuff indeed there. We've got Vintage, who's just got into fifth fastest, but it's the wrong Red Bull. I should be talking about Irvine, who is actually second fastest now. But Carrot Finger, that's pretty impressive stuff indeed there. Serious Rush said, yeah, he's my teammate in Williams in season 2 then. So Serious Rush pays more attention than I do to the ALR, doesn't he? Good grief. So there's I completely missed out season 2 there. So Roscoe has appeared in 3 divisions, hasn't he? So fantastic indeed. Camera Race on soft tires has gone quick, yes. Really good stuff indeed there for Camera Racer. What about Diash then? Diashi's invalidated his time then. It looks like he was on a quick lap as well, Diashi was. Ayrton's also invalidated as well, so he's coming back into the pits. And Ayrton is in the McLaren Mercedes car. You mad bro, who is on a time run as well in the Mercedes head. We got a Red Bull in front of us then, but we're not going to be looking about that Red Bull for the minute. And I think the Red Bull, is it carrying on then? Red Bull is. I think it might be actually. Vintage is carrying on then, so he's going for another time run. Vintage is improved by 3,300 a second. Can I catch you, mad bro? I can indeed. And he's out of fast on the medium compound tires, and the track is really ramping up at this stage then. What about Roscoe? He is starting his lap then, as I'm just trying to keep up with everyone now, because goodness me, they're absolutely flying through here at the moment. There's some really quick pace drivers here tonight now. On board with Shatters as well, and his teammate Swanshanks in the wall quite heavily in the second AlphaTauri. On board now. Oh gosh, I almost lost my voice. Oh goodness me, that wouldn't have been too good. Swanshanks out qualifying, and he'll be on he'll be the final place driver in bronze then, as he's 20th on the grid then. But of course, the points are handed out in the race as well. Across the line there goes Shatters. He is 6th fastest on this qualifying 2 session. We are just aiming to lose the 4 slowest drivers there. We're aiming to line up 11th, 12th, 13th and 14th on the grid then. Then the top 10 drivers will go to a top 10 shootout for pole position then in the final race of the bronze era. That is what we're doing here then. Roscoe down the back straight and in the Ferrari. Then Camera Racer, who is quickest at the moment. Serge Rush is saying he's bossing it. He really is bossing it, isn't he? Good 17th there for Camera Racer. He comes into the pits there. I thought he was going for another lap then, but I was absolutely deceived there. Roscoe, all good speed, going very wide there. Of course, this part of the circuit last night, we did have a lot. It was very contentious, wasn't it? As we had an incredible battle between the Ferrari of Gordo, between Dylan and also FIFA Beefy as well. An incredible battle in the end. And unfortunately, Gordo and FIFA Beefy both wanted their first Grand Prix win. Now Gordo was who had a couple of wins stolen from him, didn't he? Where he crossed the line first, but didn't actually. The win didn't go to him because, of course, there was a couple of rules that unfortunately were broken that time. Then, so Gordo has gone across the line first, but he's never won a Grand Prix in ALR Silver before, and he was desperate to win in the final race of ALR Silver last night, but unfortunately that didn't happen. FIFA Beefy, who I'm sure won the Spanish Grand Prix earlier on this season, but ran out of fuel. He wanted to win his first Grand Prix in ALR as well, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be, as Theo was on the inside there going into turn 13 there, and was probably a bit overzealous there, and spun at FIFA Beefy around there. And I think FIFA Beefy was very disappointed by that then. Now down the back straight, on Serious was saying, I've not seen it yet, spoiler! Oh yeah, I was in it. Serious Russian there, so just down the back straight. And we have got Emmanuel also saying, I'm interested in joining next season. Thank you, my good sir. I think that I'm sure that we've seen your comment on the one of the earlier streams there, and someone didn't get back to you. Of course, it's a guy who's commentating at the moment, so I must apologise profusely there. But yes, we will get a link out to you momentarily then, if any of the admins are about then. Of course. And of course, there's a description in the old comments as well. Then, about ALR and of course happening next season. And it's Theo goes second fast. He's the quickest on the medium compound tires there, 2 tenths a second behind Camaro. Very good time indeed then. Of course, as Ayrton there is taking a shortcut down there. He needs to get a time on the board quite quickly, Ayrton does that. Otherwise, he could be eliminated from qualifying as well. There's a golden opportunity there for Ayrton tonight with Joseph out of qualifying earlier on then. And of course, to show my love for you guys tonight, and I was meant to go and watch Spider-Man tonight, but I turned it down to commentate on the final race of Bronze Head. And I kind of hope I'm not going to live to regret that, because of all what's going on in the world at the moment. But hopefully Spider-Man is still being shown next week as well, as I think I've got a whole week off by the looks of things, possibly, potentially, maybe, hopefully. Anyway, fingers crossed. I've got everything crossed that I do have a week off from work then, but yeah, we'll soon find out then, because I really do want a week off. I'm absolutely shattered. Diashi there going through the chicane as well. Emmanuel saying, I'll put my Tom Charles on first. That has some Brazilians racing. And I don't think we have Brazilians racing, but we do have. It's Diego from Costa Rica, or is he from? I should really know this, and I must apologise to Diego at the end of this, because I should know this, and it's absolutely shameful that I don't. I'm sure that Diego is from South America. We got Kaz, who's from Canada as well. Diashi, who is 5th fast at the moment in the Haas car. Is that going to seem safe for 5 minutes ago? Then we'll find out. Ayrton's back in the pits there, so I think he must have forgotten something, Ayrton is. So he's back in the pits there. I'll find out. As I was saying, you might be the first. Last night was painful. Oh gosh, and what's happened there? Diego, I think he is absolutely. He's probably very unhappy about me getting his nationality wrong. It's Dominica. Yes, I apologise completely there, Diego. It's from Dominica. Thank you very much, Alex. I'm glad that someone's paying attention to me, because really I just go off on a tangent, don't I? Here comes Resify then out of the final couple of corners in the Williams car, and across the line and over the grid hatch there, and Resify goes 6th fast. He's looking very good on his debut tonight, Resify is. I'm very intrigued where this man's career is going to go from here on tonight. Lovely stuff indeed there. So as I was saying, we do have Cornish Ayrton though. Of course, Ayrton named after Ayrton Senna, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Of course, Emerson also named after Emerson Fittipaldi. I'm absolutely jealous. I'd love to have been named after a Formula 1 driver. I probably would have been named after I don't know, someone like a Luca Bader or Esteban Tuera or something like that, probably. But there we go. If anyone doesn't know any of those drivers, they were okay-ish. I mean, Luca Bader, if you watched the 2009 season where Massa had that horrific incident, his replacement in the Ferrari for 2 races was Luca Bader, and unfortunately he was quite slow. Luca Bader, I think, has got the most race starts without scoring a point. He was in the Minardi team in 95. 96, I think he went to the very poor 40 Ford car, and then he did go back to the Minardi team in 99 before becoming a Ferrari test driver, didn't he? And yeah, he did become a Ferrari test driver, and he had 2 races in the Ferrari team. Unfortunately, he was he may not have been up to scratch, unfortunately, in that Ferrari back then. But it was just showed how hard that Ferrari car was to drive, because even the great Giancarlo Fisichella, a 3-time Grand Prix winner in Formula 1, was touted to be maybe a future champion when he first made his debut in the 96 in the Minardi, actually, believe it or not then. But unfortunately, and then 97 as well, and that Jordan, he was supreme, wasn't he? Giancarlo Fisichella, and of course, teammates with a young Schumacher, of course, that was Michael's younger brother, Ralf Schumacher, in 97. And 98, he went to the Benetton team until 2001 there, but and then went back to the Benetton, which was then renamed as the Renault team, and that's where he got his 2 of his 3 Grand Prix wins. The other Grand Prix win he got was in the 2003 Brazilian Grand Prix, wasn't it? Across the line, then Luca Bader was good in sports car. To Serious Merchant was saying, I'm not very good at the old sports car chit chat, really. It kind of passed me by, to be fair. I think I know Martin Brundle was supreme in sports car, wasn't he? And of course, Anthony Davidson is fantastic in the World Endurance season as well. Of course, the 2014 champion. Here is Vintage there coming down the back straight. But in answer to Emmanuel's question there, I think you will be the first Brazilian driver, and that's where that came from. So I went completely down a dark hole, and so apologies about that, guys. But yes, to answer your question, you will be the first Brazilian. However, Ayrton believes he's Brazilian, but I don't think his passport shows Brazilian unless unless he's done something off super bad and decided to forge his own one, and he may have called himself McLovin. Watching Vintage going down the back straight then as he says, hey, we've got 44 seconds to go in this session. I need to get myself sorted out. Ralph enough with all the gear and no idea. Yeah, I think that Ralph did win a couple of races. Didn't he win 5 races in the end there with the BMW Williams? I should say, goodness me. Of course, it was in that contract for the BMW to be first then. For the BMW Williams team now, of course, Ralph. I think Ralph's best season for him was probably 2001, 2002, where he won. I think his first Grand Prix win was at the San Marino Grand Prix in 2001, wasn't it, where he had a cracking race. Here's Vintage then, we'll talk about today now. Vintage across the line there, and he goes 8 faster. That is currently enough to get himself into qualifying 2 at the moment. Let's see how that will progress as well. Diego, who is just started up as well. Ayrton, it's all on the line now for Ayrton. Diaz, he's invalidated his time now, so he is now on the sidelines. Irvine is also going to have to watch and wait then in the shadows potentially. D-Mac is down the back straight, a 10th for a second up in the first split time. Who's the first one around? I think it's Diego there, who's a 10th for a second up in the second sector. Now into the final couple of corners now. A yellow flag then as arrested by... Oh, Diego's in the wall then, and that's an unusual place to crash there, isn't it? Similar to what Mark Webber did in the 2010 Korea Grand Prix, wasn't it? Of course, that's a completely different track, this, but I remember he ran wide, and that track was wet as well that day, but he ran wide there and just spun up his rear wheels, and unfortunately took out a unsuspected Nico Rosberg, didn't he, in that Grand Prix? But Diego's done something very similar, spun up the rear tires. He's out of qualifying, and we go on board now of R. Ayrton then in the McLaren then. He has not set time just yet, so there's a lot of pressure now on Ayrton, the man who is third in the World Championship. He needs to get a good time here, otherwise he's out of qualifying then. And down the brow then and across the line. Ayrton is through into qualifying 3. Goodness me. I think that man just likes a bit of excitement in his life. And here comes Mac then. Only his second Grand Prix in LR. Across the line. He is 6th fastest there. I think there's going to be some tears, isn't there? Is it going to be tears there for Irvine and Vintage? A great final section there from Vintage. Absolutely pulled out the bag. Irvine, that's in track and validation, has cost him majorly. He is out of qualifying, and Shatters is through into qualifying 3. And Rezi on his debut as well. Rezi on his debut as well, also through. So hats off there. Brilliant stuff indeed there. And Emmanuel saying it's all over for Diego. Ariel saying, come on, Vintage, Vintage, come on, you'll get a pole then, as well as Vintage, who is in 9th on the grid then. All right, let me adjust myself because this is going to get very good now for qualifying 3 here in the where are we? In the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix then. So looking at very much forward then to this qualifying session. The final qualifying and the final race of bronze. And at the moment, the camera racer is faster by 2/10 of a second from Theo in second. Looking strong as ever, Theo is there. Theo is going for his 5th Grand Prix win of the season. He's going for his 5th pole position of the season as well, which means I think he would have equaled Enright, who was very incredible, wasn't he, in the qualifying stint. Unfortunately, Enright there was removed from the league, though, was he? There is, let's just say that his behaviour was sometimes not befitting there. Right, out of qualifying is Ariel, Diego, Roscoe, and Irvine. And goodness me, I keep losing my voice. I'm going to be hibernating for the remainder of the year, I think, after the stream tomorrow in ALR. It's going to be emotional, actually, in ALR, and I've got to somehow get myself into hyperdrive because I've been saying ALR for 5.5 seasons there, so that is going to be very difficult indeed. Remember, next season, 7 leagues, 7 divisions as well. If you're interested in joining then, of course, read the description there. Read the description then and follow all that kind of stuff. Or go to the website, www.alresports.com then, and click on join ALR, and then fill out your Discord details, and there, and then in there, then we will when the admins will send you a message then. Well, let me get my headset adjusted there because I've got a big old I've got a big thing in my face at the moment. I've got my microphone in my face. I need to get out of the way. There we go. All right then. So camera racer, who is coming out of the pits now. I don't think we've only ever had 1 or 2 people crash in that tunnel, haven't we, in the ALR? Which I'm quite surprised by. I don't think anyone's actually crashed in the real world of Formula 1, have they? Or the actual world of Formula 1. But even in ALR, I think that one person crashed there because I think they forgot to turn their anti-lock brakes on, didn't they, one year? And they just went straight into the barrier, which really tickled me. And I felt so. I did apologise to the driver afterwards because it was absolutely shocking behaviour by myself. But if but I know an F2 driver crashed there. Was it Latifi that crashed there when he was in the Dams car in one of his seasons in F2? I'm sure he did because I think it was a very similar incident to one of our ALR drivers that cut in yesterday as well. Look at these drivers there. We've got you mad bro. We got camera racer, all on as well. We've got the Haas car of D Ashley there. Goodness me, 1, 2, 3 cars there. They're going to be doing a bit of slipstreaming, I think then. Let's see how that one plays out then. And is a camera racer playing? It's not having any games tonight, is it? So that means the camera racer is going to take over in front of the Crocodile. 8 out of 10 drivers are out on the track at the moment. You mad bro is just coming to a twisty part of the circuit then as day is turning into night. Then you can see the artificial lights starting to take over. The cars really come alive under the artificial lights, don't they? Looks absolutely beautiful stuff indeed. I do love night races in Formula 1. I wasn't convinced at first, I must say, but after watching the first or second practice in Singapore, I think that was the first ever practice session I watched, the Singapore one, because I think it was very unique that day, as I think ITV actually put it on their website for the first time, and I was so excited to watch it. And after seeing the cars under the lights in Singapore for the first time, I just fell in love with night racing. It is a spectacle, isn't it? And I do like the fact that Formula 1 does finish under the lights then. However, whether it's in Abu Dhabi or somewhere else, you could really pick. You probably could have picked a better track, but it remains to be seen then, because I think the new improvements in Abu Dhabi have done slightly better. But I think that there could be more improvement there. But I'm a man who's never happy with anything in life, so there's always room for improvement. And I'm always looking for more. Usually that's on the food table. I'm always looking for more rather than anything else. But there we go. You mad bro, down the back straight. And of course the DRS closes. The drag reduction system is a little envelope kind of. It's a little letterbox in the rear wing, isn't there? And you can see then the drag reduction system zone opens up again. 2 DRS zones around this circuit. They used to be able to open it everywhere around the circuit, didn't they? there, of course, in 2011 and 2012, which I personally quite like, to be honest, and I would actually bring it back, but of course that's quite dangerous, isn't it, there? And when you got manually shut it, it's probably not a ideal thing to do. I remember what happened with Grosjean in 2018 is that Haas car, was 2019 actually, and that Haas car has gone very wide in the background there, so that didn't look too good at all there. I think that was Diashi, wasn't it, who was following Umad on board now with Umad, bro. He's got one pole position in 6 qualifying attempts, and in bronze he's had one pole position to his name. Umad, bro, has he has really done a great job then out of the final turn then across the grid hatch into as well. And where does he go? He goes fast, of course, but what is his time there? It's a 35-1 there. He throws the gauntlet down, then he's on pole position. Camera Racers invalidated his time, unfortunately. Oh, Carrot is off the circuit here, and Carrot Finger there is doing a lovely 3-point turn there. Resify is just 700 second away from you, Mad Bro. Now that is a statement there. You Mad Bro, the COBALT champion, of course, there. A Grand Prix winner in bronze as well. I think that is going to take a lot of drivers' notice there, isn't it, indeed? Then Ayrton, 8 tenths of a second away from the front to on there. Ayrton is there, as he was the winner of the Grand Prix last time out in Australia, but at the moment he doesn't seem to be at the race at the moment. Then nor does Vintage there. He's at a 44. Here comes Shadows there. Mac is also out on circuit as well, but let's see what Shadows can do as well. And he's out of the final turn in car number 23. Unfortunately, he's got to give up his number in that season 8 there. Shadows does, if he's still racing with us, because Alex Albon's returning to the sport then. It's a shame we couldn't have a free range of numbers when you're racing online now, because all drivers could have their own unique number. Oh dear, and Shadows is out in qualifying. Oh no! And Shadows there is far faster than then. I think that there's some more. I thought that there's some more time in the on the board as well. He is right in the pit exit here then, and Diashi is allowed to cross that line or be in qualifying. Might just get a slap on the wrist then rather than any penalty there. He has managed to maneuver himself around there, but Shadows out of qualifying. There's a top 9 shootout now for pole position. You man bro back in the pits then. Oh dear, then in Carrot, here comes Carrot Finger in the pits as well in car 37 in the Alpha. No, it isn't. It's the Alpine car. There's too many cars to begin with. It just confuses me. Yellow flags on the start finish straight. Camera Racer goes at 5th fast at the moment in the Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo then, of course, the last on the Constructor. They would need a absolute incredible race to get out of last, unfortunately. So that's a oh gosh, and oh my goodness me, Resify is just was coming in a bit too hot into the pit lane there, and he's gone into the pit entry now, and I wouldn't worry about that though, Resify then, because of course the best driver ever in Formula 1 history crashed into the pit entry in his final race for Williams as well, ironically. That was David Coulthard in the Adelaide Grand Prix 95. However, we also know that Farf has also crashed into the pit entry as well in Australia, and we also know that Walsh Maldonado has done the same there. So yes, I'm naming and shaming everyone tonight there. Out of the final turn is Mac there. He goes 7 fast in the Haas car. And he's just in front of Vinci at the moment. Diashi on a lap and then Theo. Then whilst that was going on, Theo is gone at 3rd fastest as well. Then Umad Bro is fast and Resify is 2nd at the moment there. Theo 3rd at the moment with Shadows in 4th. Ayrton 5th. Camera in 6th position. Max 7th. Vintage 8th. Carrot Finger and Diashi has not set a time just yet. Shadows sparked in the dark then, unfortunately. What time's the for Puma coming up then is, I think Serious Russia wants to take some betting, doesn't he, then, to see when the 4 Puma's out. The safety car is out quite early last night, wasn't it? Goodness me, Diashi there having a very bumpy ride, and that first sector is a horror show, unfortunately, for Diashi. Let's see what he can do down the back straight, but he's going to lose an abundant amount of time then. As Emmanuel is going to say that the pole position is going to be the Mercedes driver, you mad bro, as he's at the moment a cut above the rest there. I'm not going to disagree with Emmanuel whatsoever, but Reservoir at the moment there is very much in the ballpark, isn't he? However, he has given his mechanics a bit of work to do, unfortunately, because of that crash coming into the pit lane there, which is a bit of a shame now. But as I said, the greats of David Coulthard and Farf and Maldonado has done the same as well, and all of those drivers have gone on to become very fine racing drivers. They've all are Grand Prix winners there in various levels, and Maldonado a Grand Prix winner, as is Farf, and Coulthard I think is he 11 or 13 time Grand Prix winner? I can't remember that, but there we go. I know it's something around that mark then for David Coulthard. on board then with the Haas car as well, and here comes Diash then into the final couple of corners as well. This has been a bit of an adventure, this opening lap then for Diash. Then he's into the pits as well, then so he's abandoned his time. Serious question has just stated that lap is fantastic, wasn't it, there from the front to the Madburn Reservoir. I think that it's going to take an absolutely special lap there to beat those two drivers. Carrot Finger has got the track all to himself, and as he made a mistake on his opening lap then, so he's going for another time right. Oh my goodness me, that back end there is going a bit wild there. Gordo saying 13, I think, and Serious Russia said 13 as well. Carrot Finger, oh, he's okay, and I wonder if he's done exactly the same as he did. That's good turning there from Carrot Finger, really well judged indeed. That 13, so it is 13 race wins there for David Coulthard. Thank you very much. I call myself a Coulthard fan. I don't know how many race wins he's got. Shocking behaviour indeed, isn't there? But yes, I was close. I'll give myself a self high five later on. Maybe even a crack open pack of sausage rolls. And all I talk about is food lately on these streams, isn't it? I think I got a problem. Well, I've always had a problem. Oof, my word, there is Carrot Finger there doing a bit of cross country in there. Petter Solberg would be very impressed. And I think he was a rallycross champion, wasn't he, Petter Solberg? He was also won the 2005 WRC champion as well. I must say, what I'm actually really tempted to get. I'm tempted to buy the WRC 10 game. You know, I think it was on special, isn't it, until tomorrow. So I might be buying that later, I think. Then, but having said that, last WRC game I bought, I didn't really play it at all. So, which is pretty shame for me. I used to love WRC. So the first one's cracking. I think my favourite one was the second number 2. Oh no! And oh goodness me, Carrot Finger, who is quick, but he can't keep it pointing the right way at the moment. Carrot Finger, and my goodness me, unfortunately they're in park firming conditions now, so he can't stick a gurney flap on the back of that car. So he's going to have to take it very leisurely indeed. Then so as Russians from the gauntlet down with his predictions, and he has picked this man here as Camera Racer then, who is carrying on an outlap mode and getting himself ready and into the final turn. And Serious Russians changed my mind. Don't Sean, WRC is rubbish. Well, that's really ruined my night then, or my weekend or whatever I was doing. So I think that WRC is a no-go then. I might have to go back to the store and find something else to buy over the Christmas period then. I've had them all. I'm never getting enough of that. But I used to love WRC games. I think it was the second or fourth one that was my favourite one. I think, but yeah, the cars are just not the rally cars just don't feel classic, do they? I used to love it when we had the Subarus and the Ford Focuses, the Mitsubishis. Oh my goodness me! I don't know much about rally cars or cars in general, to be honest. But it looks absolutely. They are absolutely magnificent. They really are indeed. Then Emmanuel then saying 2 mistakes for Carrot. Then it will be difficult for him. Then it is at the moment for Carrot. Then he needs to get himself in the zone. Does it with 15 seconds to go? Unfortunately, though, he may be out of qualifying. He will be out of qualifying now because he will not be able to make it around then the rest of the lap. Then so we're down to 8 qualifiers. Then going for pole position then for the final race in our bronze era. Then before we go back before we go into hyperdrive for next season. Well, it's going to be an absolute clinic in Grand Prix racing, is there? And that's what we want to hear. Theo on and out lap 12, 25 seconds to go. Then Theo is motoring around at the moment, so we're going to stick with Mac at the moment. Camera Racer and validate this time. Then Mac is a 10th a second up at the first split time in car 8. Then in number 8 on the Haas car just looks right, doesn't it? It's of course Roman Grosjean was driving in car number 8, wasn't he? I think the first ever driver to use that 8 was actually another Haas driver, and it was J-Dog in the COBALT race. I'm sure it was, I think, anyway, but there we go. Serious Racer saying on WC10 you can't steer properly and the cars weave around there. Serious Racer is not really selling WRC to me, so I think I'm going to have to put it to one side there. So I think it was like the 50-year anniversary as well. The reason why I was interested is because of course, I think they had classic cars on there. Right, this is now in the business end. There's a Ferrari off. I think Theo has had issues in turn. Yes, he has. Theo is not going to get pole position in the final race of bronze. Then what about Mac then? Out of the final turn. Let's see what he can do then. Across the line, and Mac stays in 7th position there. He only improves by 33 hundredths of a second there. And that is, and unfortunately that is not. And Resify is on pole position then. He's in the 34.8 there. One incredible time indeed there. Diassi's moving south over the 4th position there. And fifth I stayed, and Ayrton's had a costly error out of the final turn, and he's not going to improve there. Vintage across the line as well. Vintage is 6th fastest. That's a mega time for Vintage there. And he has put me in my place. I said that he was, I said earlier on then that his qualifying performance has not been as good as his race performance. Wow, how wrong am I? Into the final turn then for you, man, bro. Going over that sausage curb. That sausage curb is there to guide you. You don't want to go over it. You, man, bro, the final turn. Has he got an answer? He has got an answer. You know he's on pole position, you man, bro, is by over a 10th of a second. Camera racer in the pits, and what an incredible end to qualifying. You man, bro, his 2nd pole position of his bronze career. What a magnificent pole position that was. He had to steal it from the jaws there, didn't he? Of the jaws of the feet, and he did an absolutely supreme job then. So you man, bro, pole position for the 2nd time after the Mexican Grand Prix. Really well done indeed there for you, Mad Bro. 2 pole positions in his career. Absolutely superb stuff indeed there for you, Mad Bro. That was a magnificent end there. Really well done indeed then. I got to say, how did Rectify get into the 34 side is beyond me. But then you mad bro came along there and did a 34.7 there. Theo, I wonder what Theo could have done there if he got his final lap in as well, because as Theo is doing a couple of donuts as well as he is celebrating his championship season there as well. Theo is then, so we've had a lot of donuts this week, haven't we? So I do love a good donut. But it is of course you mad bro on pole position then for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix here tonight there. But Resify and you mad bro are almost 9/10 of a second in front of the champion, which is Theo. But Theo only had one time running that qualifying performance there. Really well done indeed then. Ariel saying I put TC on at medium there. Ariel did that. Turn it off, Ariel was saying. Serious Rush saying unlucky card, you'll do amazing in the night race then. Serious Rush saying Camera didn't want to show him up. Smart finger then. As Troy saying, are you mad, bro? Congratulations at Theo as well then for Critical Boys. Of course, Theo is the youngest champion in ALR history. Right then, I think we've had enough fun, haven't we, in qualifying? Because now it's time for the race as well then. As Aliboy saying, can we race now though? Indeed we can. Then you mad bro, pole position for the second time in his career in a bronze at Reservoir on his debut in second position. What a debut he's having as well. That's pretty impressive stuff indeed there. Third position, Theo. Fourth position is Shadows. Fifth is Diashti with Vintage in sixth. That was a brilliant performance there for Vintage. I think that's his best performance in qualifying in his career. As it said for Camera 8, the Mac in position, and Carrot Finger is in 10th position. And as we get going for the qualifying session here in Abu Dhabi. Gordo saying, we've had a lot of donuts this week, and that's me most weeks, to be honest. And I had a donut at work. I haven't had a donut in ages, so I do love a good old jam donut. Oh, yes, indeed, then. Actually, Ayrton is Brazilian, so someone to cheer today. Emmanuel say that Ayrton is Ayrton's originally from Torquay, but he is named after the great Ayrton Senna. So yes, I think that is someone to cheer on today, Emmanuel. He is a very fine racing driver indeed. Ayrton is a 3-time Grand Prix winner now in bronze. Fantastic stuff indeed there. How are the standings? Emmanuel is saying, and Theo, the Ferrari driver who's just in doing the donuts, is the world champion. He's the youngest world champion, the bronze in the bronze era. Superb stuff indeed there. The battle though is for the Constructors Championship. It's 8 points separates the Ferrari and the Aston Martin teams there. Who is going to be the Constructors Championship? We're going to have to find out, I think, then. But we'll soon but we will soon find out in 28 laps time or so then. And the battle for second and third in the championship is found truly on between Ayrton and Joseph as well then. Right then, so we now get going for the formation lap then. Oh goodness me then. Oh gosh, we've all come flying through that. As Gordo saying, to be honest, I don't love donuts, to be honest, Gordo saying, oh goodness gracious me then. We have also got Gordo saying, I mean, I wouldn't turn my nose at one, but they're not my favourite. I accidentally clicked the strategy now. I'm on soft tyres there. We've also got Aliboy is asking, where where are my stats then? Critical Alibi saying that. Well, I can read them out to you if you want then. Well, let's read. Well, have I got time? I've got time on then. I'm a man. I've got to say, I'm a man who's on the edge. And no, I do love being a sense of danger there. Let's take a look at. No, we'll do that a bit later on, I think then. But yes, Alibi. 26 starts then, 1 Grand Prix win, 3 podiums, 2 fast laps, 6 drivers a day, and 7 DNFs, and a career total of 133 points. And his debut back in Britain of season 3. In a nutshell. Right, pole position now for you, mad bro. That's his second pole position of his career here in Bronzehead, and a supreme pole position. But Resify is not going to let him go out of his sight, and is he? Fantastic stuff indeed then. Third position is Theo on medium tyres as well. Shatters is in 4th there. Diashi is in 5th position. Vintage in 6th. Supreme with Ayrton in 7th. He's got a job to do today, hasn't he? Ayrton has there. Camera Racer in 8th position. Mac in 9th position. His second start in ALR. Carrot Finger on his debut along with Resify in 10th position. The 2 debutants having a supreme qualifying performance. Irvine in 11th position. I made a mistake there. He's out of the top 10 there, but he does start on a new set of medium tyres there. Along with Roscoe's on the soft tyres in 12th position there. Diego in 13th, also on soft tyres. Ariel in 14th position on the medium tyres. So we've got 3 drivers on the hard tyres, and Adam on the hard tyres, and so it connects as well. Gunnar has gone medium tyres there. Alibi soft tyres, and Joseph medium, and Swanshanks on the hard tyres. And in the top 10, we've got Umarbro, Resify, Theo, and Diashi medium tyres, and Carrot Finger. Soft tyres for Mac, Camera Racer, Ayrton, Vintage, and Shatters. And on board with Swanshanks, who had a heavy crash in qualifying. And let's go then for the start of the Grand Prix as well. Then Lewis is saying go Mac as well. And oh goodness me, who am I on board with? I'm in the middle of the pack here, aren't I? Right then, 5 lights are on then. When we go out, we'll be racing here in Abu Dhabi, and it's lights out, and it's go. You mad bro, supreme start there. And Theo then is alongside Resify, but Resify has the inside into turn 1, but Theo is on the outside. He's got a bit wide there, has the yellow flag there. And a Camera Racer is dropping down the order, but it's a Haas car. Diashi's at the back of the field, then Ariel's dropped down the order as well. We got Deborah all over the show then as we go back up. Then we got 3 abreast then of Carrot Finger. It's oh goodness me, and Mac there going on the inside of the Red Bull then, and he has been forced wide. Vintage there is getting his elbows out then in the midfield then as we're going down the first of the 2 long straights here. No DRS just yet, and the DRS is available at the end of the 3rd lap, of course, and flying down the order then we've got wheel-to-wheel stuff between Roscoe and Mac then into the first of the 2 big stops as well. Oh, Roscoe there cut across Mac there. Mac is going to have to go on the outside then, on board with the Haas car, and Roscoe and Irvine are fighting then. Roscoe is going to have a good run there. Yellow flag again, and what's happening? One of the Mercedes has had issues there. Diego, I think, is dropping down the order, and Gunnar's also dropped down as well. Roscoe and Irvine are still fighting. Oh gosh, and a wheel to wheel then, and Irvine's back past Roscoe, and up into 10th position there. No, 9th there. He's up into 9th position there. Great balance, but Irvine's gone wide, and now Roscoe's on the outside. This is incredible racing between the 2 drivers there, and now Roscoe on the outside, then Vintage just dropped behind that Carrot Finger now, and there they are then. Carrot Finger, the Alpine car, is now in front of Vintage there. Roscoe's repelled, Irvine has repelled the attack of Roscoe for the time being then. Diego is limping in the background there. Alibi's up 5 positions there. You mad bro set the fast out of the race. Carrot Finger, Irvine is off the circuit. Oh, Irvine is off the circuit there, and it's incredible battle with Roscoe. Has unfortunately at the end of the 1st lap he won the battle, but he didn't win the war. Gunnar's in the pits. He's the only driver to come in the pits as we're just waiting for the leaders to come down into turn at 4, 5, and 6 as well. There they are then. And we got oh dear. And Roscoe's off the circuit. And there's Debris on the front, and Irvine and Roscoe, who's been our stars of the show so far, and he spins the car around there. Roscoe all the way down to the back of the field. What a shame then, as both Irvine and Roscoe spun the cars, and that is a shame then. Oh dear then. You man, bro, leads the race by 2 seconds there from Reservoir in second position there. Theo in third. Shatters in fourth position at the moment then. Diashi has just got past Swanshanks there. Swanshanks is up 3 positions there. Down to them positions is Diashi then. Once again, Diashi starts have not been someone to write home about, have they? So Finna Diashi marks someone to work on for next season. Adam is now past the Alibi and up into 12th, up into 11th position there. Alibi dropping down to 12th then in the Alpine car. Then, of course, the Alpine team are only one or two teams then that have had the 1-2 this season. Now, it's an incredibly low 1-2s this season, haven't they? Yellow flag then is what has occurred. Then we have got some issues. Then it's what is Swanshanks who's off the circuit. Where is he? Oh, he's coming back on now. Then he hasn't damaged the car, but it looks at things there. But these wings are so intricate, and you can't see the damage there. Roscoe, you can see the damage from Roscoe's car, though, can't you? Grief! He's also holding the front wing now. Carrot Finger was looking a bit lively in qualifying, but in the race trip he's looking supreme, isn't he? Fantastic stuff from Carrot Finger. At the moment, the Aston Martin team both out of the points there, which means in the constructors, Ferrari are winning the constructors at the moment there, and Ayrton's now up in his second position there, but Joseph on the inside there, passes, connects there. Vintage is, who is down? Alibi's in the wall. Oh my goodness me, and Vintage is off the circuit as well. It's a virtual safety car, and Alibi is out of his final race in the bronze here. Oh my word then, and that is a humongous smash there from the Alpine car. Goodness gracious me there. Oh gosh, yes, he's right off the circuit there. Swanshanks driving next to him just to see if he's okay. Yes, Alibi, my golly gosh, that was a humongous smash there. Joseph is up in the 12th position now, but at the moment Ayrton is now into second position. He's runner up in bronze at this moment. Ayrton is he needs to stay there though. Wow, that was a almighty smash. DRS has been enabled then. Is a virtual safety car has been called back in then. Camera race is Theo has got his dropped behind at Shatters then. Have they then? Because look at this side, Theo is back in front now of Shadows and back up in the front position there. Theo has not got the pace at the moment tonight then. However, this is a very early stages of the race then. Adam is really compromised his entry and exit there, and Diego's going to try and go on the outside here. Oh goodness gracious me! And of course we had an almighty scrap. We had an almighty scrap there in silver last night, didn't we? Good gracious me! Then see you after Christmas, Alibi. It's unfortunately Alibi out of the race. He's our first retiree in this silver and this bronze at Grand Prix. Now, you mad bro, cross line 2.5 seconds. The gap is at Mona. He is loving life out there in the Mercedes car. Ferrari currently the Constructor champions, and Ayrton currently is second in the World Championship as well. But Joseph is making his way up through the field quite nicely indeed. On board with Carrot Finger, the only Alpine car left, and Mark is out of the race as well. And that's in the same spot as Alibi, and that is a safety car. And I'm not sure how that's a safety car, and Alibi isn't, because exactly the same. I haven't said that Haas car is taken up, but Mac out to the Grand Prix. Unfortunately, that pesky turn 2 is really causing driver submission, and there's a safety car here, and the drivers are now gonna, what are they going to do then? Is the soft runner's going to come in the pits, as the medium runner's going to come in the pits as well. So let's see how this one plays out then. Gunnar is staying out on those hard tires, and it's Roscoe coming into the pits. So Roscoe is staying out as well. Gunnar and Roscoe, Roscoe is coming in. No, he isn't now. He's decided to stay out. Roscoe is a bit unsure there, as I think he was doing his best impression of Lewis Hamilton in 2019 at the German Grand Prix. So Umabro's 2.5 second gap has been completely wiped out for this safety car here, but Umabro has definitely had this race under control thus far in the here in Abu Dhabi, and I think Mercedes done a really good job in Abu Dhabi over the course of the last couple of days or so. Lucas Percy won the race on gold then on Sunday. Really impressive indeed. Not actually powered him up to 4th in the championship for Lucas Percy. That is very impressive indeed. Troy saying that is absolutely perfect for the soft runners there. Sarah's Rose saying that final corner is lethal. Sorry, that corner is lethal, not that final corner. And Mumab Bro is staying out then. Is anyone coming to the pits? And Reservoir is into the pits then. So Mumab Bro is staying out then, but also in the pits, the Shadows were expecting the soft runners to come in the pits. So Shadows in the pits there. Ayrton also in the pits as well, but also Reservoir in the pits. I'm quite surprised to see Reservoir in the pits on the medium compound tyres there. Yeah, I'll go medium. Serious Richard saying that Mac out of the Grand Prix. 3, unfortunately. And now medium tires going on to Reservoir then. It was on mediums, go mediums again, so he's going to have a soft run, I think, at the end there. Well, Shadows is going to go medium, I think, then. Ayrton also on the medium tires, well, so there's 2 soft strategy for some of these drivers there. Irvine said that, and here into the pits comes Vince's way. Had a superb qualifying performance there. Let's see how this one goes in the race as well. Joseph is now in the 5th position there. This is where it's going to get very interesting in the Constructors' Championship as well. That is still all to play for you tonight. It's Diashi on the soft tires, the only driver on the soft tires at the moment here in this stage of proceedings. So this is this safety car then is really going to bunch the pack right up then. So let's just take stock of who came in the pits and who stayed out then. Into the pits then was Reservoir. He is in 6th position now. Shadow's also in the pits as well. He's now in 8th then. Ayrton also is in the pits. He is now in 9th position there. Camera Racer and Diego both in the pits as well, and they have gone to the medium tyres then, along with Vintage and Connect said and Diashi. All those drivers on the medium tyres, apart from Diashi, who is who's set his own trend then. That trend is red. He's on the soft tires. Diashi is there, and let's see how that one plays out there. Just watching Roscoe at the moment there as he is just catch up to the back. Then Gunnar, who has a vital role to play in the Constructors at the moment there, is currently out. Is currently outside the points along with Roscoe as well. Gunnar and Roscoe is 17th and 18th fed, just like what Troy and Nigel was in gold on Sunday, and they got a major part to play as our teammates in the Constructors are as our teammates in the are battling for the Constructors there, and they need to get the points on the board, don't they, for both Gunnar and Roscoe as well. Gunnar currently also in the relegation zone, going down into COBALT for next season then, but we'll see how that one plays out then. So safety car's out at the moment. I think the safety car will be out for at least one more lap then, and then we'll be back in and we'll be ready to get going. I took the hards 24 laps on Sunday then, but I think it wouldn't be worth it. You lose too much time then. The hard tires on Sunday I don't think were really biting the track too much, were they? Gunnar and Roscoe and Swanshanks all on soft tyres at the moment, but Swanshanks has not come in the pits, and he started the race on the hard tyres, as did Adam as well. It's losing a lot, I think. And so saying as well, I think that the hard tires possibly are just they're just not happy on this track, are they? I would hazard to guess then. That's the most technical way I'm going to go about this one for tonight. Then into the pits comes the Ash then. So he has done a couple of laps on the soft tires. Now he is changing to. I'm wondering this is definitely a strategical call. Now he's on the medium tires and the Ash is there. So he wanted to. He's got lost track position here, but he wants to extend this stint now. The Ash is there. Can he do 22 laps on the medium tires? So that is I think that's way too much there, isn't it? Well done, Troy, by the way. I finished 12th, but cheers, Troy is saying that. I think overall Troy's had a superb second half of the season, hasn't he? Really been really elevating himself up to a high level, didn't he? And I think that Emerson really did drop off towards the end of the season, didn't he? I think in term, and Troy was definitely really got on it there. If both Ferraris was on song, then it would have been a very tense affair, wouldn't it? But unfortunately, that wasn't the case there, was it? But McLaren are the Constructor Champions at gold then, but Ferrari took them all the way to the end there, didn't they? And I'm looking forward to seeing what Troy can do in Division 1 next season, along with Emerson, along with Gurman. It is going to be a fantastic season, isn't it? And just for me, I'm very selfish. I want to get the season going. But of course, we haven't even finished this one yet. Good grief, man! I can't even. I'm already looking forward, and I can't look forward then, because I should be looking on this one now. I can't get too excited. I can't even speak then. Safety car's in the end of this lap then, so that's a good sign. We'll now be going back racing then for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Umabro and Theo and Carrot Finger decide not to pit then. Joseph is now into 5th position, and as it stands, he is back into 2nd in the championship. But also, as it stands, the Constructors Championship is going to Theo and the Ferrari team. And Theo would love to get the Constructors Championship under his belt as well. Remember that, of course, that Ferrari have to outscore Aston Martin have to outscore Ferrari by at least 8 points there to get themselves going in the Constructors Championship. Of course, it's the last gold on the line for ALR this season. It's the Constructors Championship for bronze. Let's see how this one goes then. Liam, the head admin, saying that Umabro is looking dominant. We'll go. And we got an Alpha Male then of Ariel is dropping down the order slightly there, as Ariel had a really poor run by the looks of things. Theo then, you're on board then with Carrot Finger then, is right underneath the gearbox of Theo. If you're right underneath the car like that, the car goes very light on the rear, doesn't it? Roscoe is, as Gunnar is off at the back there. Gunnar is gone off at the back there, and that's not good, is it, for Gunnar or the Aston Martin team, unfortunately. And Gunnar is now recovered there, but I hope he hasn't damaged the car, Gunnar's there, but he's limping by the looks of things in the background there. No DRS yet, of course, and the DRS comes out, is out within 3 laps, and then the safety car coming in. Then we've got Vintage, who is now side by side there with Swanshanks. He's not anymore. He's past Swanshanks, moving up into a very nice 13th position there. Ayrton is past Ariel as well. Ariel dropped down the order because he's on old medium tyres here. I say. Here's a Resify then right behind Joseph, and Joseph has been very impressive this season, but Resify in his first Grand Prix tonight has gone the outside of the man who's second in the World Championship. Magnificent performance there from Resify. Wow, incredible stuff indeed there. A lot of drivers are going to be taking notice of this young man there in the Williams car tonight, aren't they? I think that he is definitely making waves, isn't he, in hyperdrive and in ALR at the moment. Carrot Fingers are smashed as well. Cryptic Gallop by saying Camaro only at 60% yet, Liam there. It's only at 60% at the moment now, but also I do concur, and Resify and Carrot Fingers are doing an amazing job here tonight. On board with Shadows, and who's coming in 7th position at the moment now. He is just keeping Joseph on his toes at the moment. Umad Bro still leads by 7/10 second there from Theo, who's in DRS zone now. Roscoe's got a 3-second penalty for his troubles. Ayrton, who is looking very interested. Shadows all over the back of the Aston Martin. You don't want to get too floated around these curbs, for he's in 2 cars into the wall. A Verge safety car and a safety car. Gunnar is in the pits, and so there's damage to the Aston Martin car of Gunnar, unfortunately, and having a nightmare end to the bronze season there. Unfortunately, Gunnar is right underneath the rear wing of Joseph is Shadows, and who is that going to have an issue? That's Ariel's had major issues then, and now he's going to lose an abundance amount of time. He's lost a position already. Is he going to lose a second one to his teammate here? And he has got out. Oh, goodness me, I thought he's got out of the way. He has got out of the way there. It's a bit of a violent old shift there. Oh, gosh, so now they're really condensing up then between 6th, 7th, and 8th position. Ayrton is on a different strategy to his championship rival for 2nd of the World Championship. And now we've got Shadows that is alongside Joseph. Can Shadows sneak through here? I say sneak through then. I think Shadows wants to get through. He's on the outside. He is past Joseph. Is Ayrton going to sneak through as well? No, because Joseph slams the door shut on Ayrton's toes. And Ayrton has now got to stay beyond Joseph. Joseph is slow at this stage because he hasn't pitted. Then he's on 5-lap older tyres then than the and Ayrton at the moment, because Ayrton done 2 laps on these medium compound tyres there. And now we've got cameras all over the back of Verify as well. Umad Bro is trying to stretch out his advantage as quickly as possible there. He's doing a Sebastian Vettel-esque here, isn't he? He wants to break that DRS zone, doesn't he? And then he could just stay within 2 seconds of the field. He doesn't want to extend the gap too much. He doesn't want to hurt those tyres, but at the same time, he doesn't want to be vulnerable then to the drag reduction system, which will be now activated on this lap there. So, but he's still in drag reduction mode. Theo is very quick in the first sector, I must say. He very much keeps tabs on Umad Bro. It's the final sector where Umad Bro really stretches out his advantage there. Well, that's what I've been seeing. Whether or not I remains to be seen. They actually then are just going on, not quite going on the inside. Then it's a bit too far back on the back of the front, and it's the middle sector there where Umad Bro is really hotting up there, isn't he? As we got Reservoir has got past Adam then, and now he's up into 4th position. Adam dropping down into 5th position. Camera Races just got past Irvine as well, and DRS is now activated as well. Ayrton on the inside there. Oh, Clout in the inside curve there as Joseph is trying to repel him as much as possible, as this could be a crucial part of the championship here. Of course, Joseph is trying to lead Aston Martin to the Constructor, and also he won 2nd in the World Championship as well. Yellow flag as one of the Alpha Tires has come a cropper. Vintage has got past Diego and moved up into 12th position now. Diego dropping down into 30th position. Swanshanks he is limping there. Hopefully he hasn't got damage on that car. Theo is doing a great job though of keeping Umad Bro at bay, because as Liam said then, Umad Bro was absolutely dominated so far, smashing it, but Michael Smith Theo has really elevated his performance all of a sudden as Resify, who is pitted and has found himself almost back to where he was before. Adam's in front this time, and look at this, and now as he's shadows up the inside. Is there a problem there for the McLaren driver then? Well, there is, because he's got a 3-second penalty. Resify's got the fast side of the race. He is boxed under the safety car as well. He has put himself up into fourth position now, hasn't he, Resify? Wow, this is an incredible performance there from Resify on his debut in bronze. Can he win his first Grand Prix? Oh my golly gosh, we're going to 2 debut on Grand Prix winners in 2 nights there in silver and in bronze tonight. Good grief there. Down the back straight you come. However, Resify is guaranteed to stop again. How far are these drivers on the medium tires going to go? Can they eke it out to a one-stopper down the on the one-stopper here in Abu Dhabi? Hang on, I've got real poor ear. Look at this, and there's Adam then, and the 2 McLarens are very close together. And on the inside, Ayrton goes and Job is a good one there. Then so Ayrton there just needs to propel himself off then, but Adam there is trying to come back out. Now, goodness me, there's no team orders woke in here tonight, is there? Of course, McLaren the construction in gold, then however bronze is a different story. And Adam is back through. Ayrton had a nightmare run off of turn 9 there, didn't he? And that allowed Adam back through. Irvine has got a 3-second penalty for his troubles there, and he's also still behind Ariel at the moment. Camera Racers now not finished. And can Camera catch Joseph, who's on much older tires at the moment, as the gap? And look at this, and very similar to last night. Remember the fire station last night, and we had 10 cars then all queuing up beyond the Grand Prix leader of Gordo, and we got something similar to that as well. You mad bro, who is not under the cosh as much as Gordo. However, he's not pulling away either, which I'm quite surprised by. On board is Resify, who's in 4th position. This is absolutely fantastic. Ayrton has got past his teammate and moved himself up to 6th position. He needs to stay there now. Ayrton does then, and he needs to catch the back of this train then. On board now with Shadows in 5th position. Shadows then, who is quick, isn't he there? But he's had a lot of incidents this season, Shadows has, but I'm looking forward to his progress next season. I'm looking forward to a lot of driver progress next season. I'm really intrigued to see how the drivers settle into their new divisions. Down the back straight of Umad Bro, 9/10 of a second in front of Theo. Now Theo is starting to lose touch then on Umad Bro, with Carrot Finger and Rezi in 3rd and 4th position. On their debuts, they are doing a superb job here tonight. I'm loving both of these 2 drivers. They're absolutely supreme stuff indeed there. They stand up in the seat of those 2 blue cars. Brilliant stuff indeed there from both Rezi and Carrot Finger. However, Rezi has has come in the pits whilst Carrot Finger is not there. And now we've got a couple of I've got a bit of slipstream as well, and it's Carrot Finger trying to go on the outside there. Shadows are not the case here. Ayrton, I think, is going to lose out to his teammate again there. Adam is very quick on the back straight there, and this is an Ayrton can't pull away from his teammate. He's 2.3 seconds back. This is the problem with the DRS train, is they're all pulling each other along there, and Ayrton is not in the DRS train. And now he's dropping back there because they're all pulling each other along, and Ayrton can't keep up at the moment on that back straight. It might be a problem there for Ayrton. And now Joseph is on the back heels of those drivers as well. Back at the front then, the Gaggle, these Fab 5 at the moment there, are not leaving each other alone then. We're coming to half distance, so the medium tyre runners need to eke out these tyres slightly longer in this race then, unless they go onto the hard tyres perhaps. Camera Racer, Joseph in the pits, so that's my very done and dusted, isn't it? As Joseph is in the pits and oh, no, he isn't. What's going on? And Joseph is he's on the pit straight there. And what's happened to Joseph? Oh, now he's going the wrong way. Goodness me. Oh, now he's on the pits there. So Joseph in the pits there. He's in 16th position there. I'm not sure if he is in 16th or not there. But at this moment, then, according to the graphic there, at the moment, according to the graphic, Joseph is down in 17th position now. I'm wondering if we've got a desync or something there, but Joseph and Aston Martin are currently not winning the Constructor Championship, as both are now behind both Ferraris. As Emmanuel is saying that should have had team orders here. Team orders? You will learn that about that. Quickest pit stop ever, Crypto Galaboy is saying, as Emmanuel is saying, what a bug. It was indeed there. As goodness gracious me then. But maybe that's just Joseph's way of pit stopping, I don't know. Look at this gaggle of cars in the front, fantastic indeed there. Ayrton's taking out almost 9/10 of a second on this out to these gaggle of 5 cars. Brilliant stuff indeed there for Ayrton. But let's see how this goes. So what is what's Joseph going to do now then? He's on the medium tires then. I think he's going to go for a soft final run then, surely, because those I think the tires at the end are going to be really struggling. And if that is the case, then I think that if you Bro, Theo and Carrot Finger on the same strategy, Resi is going to have a Resify is going to have a clear track where he's going to put in some qualifying laps. And you Bro in the pits, Theo in the pits, Carrot Finger in the pits as well, and they've all just followed themselves into the pits. And Resify leads the Grand Prix with Shatters in second position, Ayrton in third position, Adam in fourth position there. Soft tires for you Bro. Is anyone what are the other drivers going to do? Soft tires has got yellow flag in 3. Ferrari is off then. Roscoe is off then in the final corner there. And Joseph is off as well. And what's happened to Joseph? Goodness me. And my goodness me, that is going to hurt the Aston Martin's attempt for the Constructor Chapter here tonight. And for Joseph's attempt again, second in the championship. Joseph there going for 2. Adam is in trouble. He is off the wrong way at turn 7 at the hairpin. And he's dropped down the order. Yellow flags is fluttering here in the breeze in Abu Dhabi. Critical Alibi, does Ayrton have to finish a P2? No, he doesn't. Ayrton just needs to outscore Joseph by 3 points. That is the crux of it here tonight then for Ayrton. It's very close between Joseph and Ayrton. Resify has got a 3-second penalty. In terms of the Constructors' Championship, McLaren and Aston Martin are separated by 8 points in the Constructors. Shatters is through. Shatters has got through then. Oh, yellow flag. Theo then is as yellow flag says one of the Ferraris is crawling. It is Roscoe then. I thought it was Theo momentarily, but it's okay. You man, bro, is a pass connects. And now on the outside, he's passed him and moved up into a position. New map, bro. He's on soft tires in this middle stint there, so he's going for a blitz of this middle sector here, for this middle sector of the race set. And we've got yellow flags again, and there's yellow flags all around the circle at the moment. So we've got some ghost cars going on out there at the moment there. So I'm not sure if there's debris on the circle or if the marshals just feel like waving their flags then. And just on board with now with Irvine and going over the grid hatch as well. The gap at the front then is at 5/10 seconds between the Shatters, and we've got yellow flags all over the show at the moment. I'm not sure what's occurring here. I think it's just a couple more glitches. Unfortunately, Adam is in the pits. I think he would like to have gone a little further on those hard tires, but that is not the case, is it now? Camera Racers 3.5 seconds back. We're on board with Ayrton, who is goodness me, he's rallying the DRS range now. And see, we've got a Alpha Tari or Swan Shanks there, who is just crawling as well. Adam then coming on the pits on the medium tires. So those medium tires should get to the end then. Down the back straight we go then. Ayrton and Reservoirs are struggling at this pace at the moment there, because Shatters is starting to pull away slightly, ever so slightly. Carrot Finger, and it connects there. Oh, and who's out? That's Theo off the circuit. Theo's off the circuit there. And now we've got Carrot Finger who's got past connects there. Diego is also dropped down behind at you mad bro here. Oh my goodness me, what's happened to Theo then? And the Constructors Championship is not looking good for the Aston Martin team, but however Theo's come a cropper as well. And Roscoe as an Aston Martin and Ferrari are having a nightmare tonight then. Remember, we did say there are 4 constructors, the 4 teams that potentially could win the Constructors, like Red Bull, McLaren and the other 2 teams. However, it needs to go, they need to get a 1-2, or need to at least win a race and get high, or both get on the podium then, which is not the case at the moment, but we'll keep an eye on that one and see how that one occurs. And a yellow flag again, and as goodness me, got yellow flags flown all around the show at the moment. Now we've got yellow flags in 2. As goodness gracious me, back at the front then, Shatters is leading then, and there he is at 8/10 second gap as well. And Shatters is absolutely flying out there. He's really doing a supreme job there. The gap is up to 8/10 second then from Resify in second position. Ayrton in third at the moment there, and Camera Racer in fourth position. All those drivers are on slightly newer tires. And Umad Bro set the fast out of the race, and he's in 8th position there. Umad Bro is fighting with these guys there, maybe not in terms of on track at the moment, but he is in terms of the Grand Prix lead the overall Grand Prix lead. Then Carrot Finger's gone on the inside of Diego into turn 1. That was quite a magnificent maneuver. A shame I missed that, because that would have been quite a spectacular maneuver, but Diego is going to come back at Carrot Finger. Carrot Finger on the same strategy now as you mad bro. He's 3.3 seconds back then, so he is, but so he could be a major factor later on in this race as well. Down the down the back straight, and yeah, goodness me, hopefully we're getting rid of those yellow flags at the moment. Finger now right underneath the gearbox over Diashi. He's alongside, and Finger is now through and up into 9th position now. He's got some clear time for some quality laps now for Finger. Here comes Vintage. This is Vintage's best. He's been superb this season, but here tonight he is very much on par, isn't he? He's doing a brilliant job out there tonight. We usually say that Vintage has a great racecraft. He's had good qualifying and racecraft tonight. He's the complete package, isn't he? Is a Vintage. Brilliant. Just underlines his performance here tonight, and he's trying to solidify 4th position in the World Championship as well, then, which is quite important, I would say. Shadows at the moment is now almost out of DRS range, and Shadows says that is an important point in this Grand Prix. Ayrton's also out as Reservoir's DRS as well, and Justin so is Ariel in the pits, and after 14 laps on the hard tyres there, and what is he going to do then? I think, is it going to be hard tyres, or is he going to go for medium again, and then go for soft then? I think the soft tyres are not going to go to the end from here then. Yellow flag in 1, and I think it's just a fake yellow flag at the moment there. When it's Ariel's still in the pits, and he has gone onto the soft tyres for now. I'm not sure. I thought someone went flying off in the background there. What's Theo doing now? So we're back on board now, the Ferrari of Theo. He is now right underneath the gearbox that connects them on, and look at that, he's good, propelled quite nicely off that curve there. He's had a look on the inside for Theo. Not quite though, his connector is defending. He's on 10 lap old medium tyres there. Irvine is dropped behind his teammate Vintage now, and Vintage is supreme tonight. He is up into 5th position there, and connects his squeeze in Theo, but Theo is having none of it there. The champion of Cobalt then, who has just got his way through there in the minutest of gap. Good stuff indeed there for Theo. Very brave indeed there, as he may not have been too sure what Connects would have done, and that was absolutely good stuff there for Theo there. Very much brave stuff indeed. Shadow's had a pretty diabolical second sector there. He has lost almost half his lead, that he's down to 6/10 of a second now between Shadows and the Reservoir. Lap 16 as the day turns in tonight here in Abu Dhabi. Yellow flag set in the ghost area of turn 2 and 3. I wish they would just clean up that mess over there, wouldn't they? Good grief there. Theo, 3/10 second away now from Diego. Theo is now on younger soft tyres, and Diego is down 10 laps on those medium tyres. It's very interesting now, because in terms of strategy around here in Abu Dhabi, I don't really know what's going on. This is fantastic, isn't it? I absolutely love it when the strategy. Oh, Theo! Oh my goodness me! And Theo there, and Diego's got off onto that sausage cutter. Theo is feeling very attackive again, very aggressive tonight there. Oh, with a final turn there across the finish line, and he is through up into 10th position, or is he? Where's Diego? I think Diego's going to have to admit defeat on this one there, but Theo there really very aggressive on that stage of proceedings there. Theo is he was desperate to get through there. He felt that this race was slipping away from him. Unfortunately, it's probably that spin earlier on, then, because this race is so evenly matched, then I think that this race may have already slipped away from Theo, unfortunately, but that remains to be seen then, because anything can happen in Grand Prix racing, and it usually does. I'm just watching this battle then between the two Red Bulls and the Mercedes here, whereas we got Shadows, who is quite quick on the back straight there, because Reservoir is very much right underneath the gearbox in terms of the DRS there, but he didn't. Oh my word there! It's Irvine and Umapro, of course, Cobalters from back in season 1 of Cobalt then. Of course, they were set 1st and 3rd in the Drivers' Championship last season, or 1st and 2nd, well, I can't remember which way around they were. No, I know that Umapro won, but I can't remember if Irvine came 2nd or 3rd in that one, and I think it was Irvine the 2nd and Joseph 3rd, wasn't it? Was it the other way around? I'm not too sure. Irvine there, who is 5th in this season overall then. 5th in the season run there, but his teammate Vintage is doing a supreme job, isn't he? I'm going to keep saying it as well. Irvine is now coming in the pits. He's done 16 laps on those medium tyres. He is on lap 17 of this race. Lap 18 now, then 10 laps of soft tyres is going to go. Can Irvine do it then? He's going to have to be very much twinkle toes by the end of this one, I would say. So we'll see how this one progresses then. Umabro's next target as Vintage has done 12 love on the medium tyres, along with Camaro, Ayrton, Reservoir and Shadows. And Ayrton on course for second in the World Championship today. Ferrari is on course for the... Oh, Diaz, he's off and he's in the wall. He is out of the race. Is that a safety car? There's a safety car. Connects there, wiggling his wheel. I'm not sure he's happy or not with that. Oh, dear. Irvine coming out of the pits now. And I think Irvine might be happy with this. And I think that... maybe, because he probably would have liked to have been up at full steam as well. Diego coming on the pits as well. Roscoe coming in the pits, and Gunnar also in the pits as well. So Howard, drive-through penalty for Ayrton. Oh, good grief there. And oh my goodness me, and that is not what... it's not what Ayrton wants there. Oh dear, the safety car has been very unkind to Ayrton over the last several races or so, and he's going to be kicking himself, is the Ayrton, the McLaren driver, as he is. This race has been very good to him so far. He is currently second in the championship if it stays like this. But this is a major problem for Ayrton now, and it is going to get very interesting indeed. Critical by Box said safety car, Box camera racer has got Ayrton. No, then Diaz is left the session there, as Diaz is going to be disappointed. Into the pits comes Shadows, Reservoir. I think that how is this going to play out? I'm not sure if it's going to help you, Mad Bro, though, is it? As I'm wondering if he's going to come in the pits and throw on a new set of soft tires and go to the end of the race there. So Shadows in the pits, McLaren mechanics out in the pits head, so all cars are in the pits head, so it is very much a stacked pit lane here. The race here is in the pits. Shadows thrown on the soft tires. Shadows has then won a Grand Prix before in ALR bronze head, but my word, he's very much on fine Vettel here tonight as they come out of the pit lane. Ayrton also out as well, but that's a crucial blow. Then Camera on medium tyres, Vintage is on the soft tyres. Your Mad Bro has gone on medium now to the end of the Grand Prix. Carrot Finger on medium is medium tyre as well. I think, am I getting deja vu here? I'm wondering then, because I think the Silver have a safety car around this time last night as well, and I think it was a bit earlier actually, wasn't it there? So maybe I think I'm just making up as we go along actually, because I can't remember last time. We did have 3 safety cars, didn't we? As Theo getting very cozy with the wall there. Hopefully he didn't damage that Ferrari as he comes out of the pits in 9th position there, 10th position I should say, in front of Connects, and Adam on soft tyres, Diego who stayed on the medium tyres and in the 13th position. The medium tyres should easily get to the end, and softs should get to the end here, but I think with the safety car very much nullifying the race tonight, it should help all the drivers get to the end then. And Gunnar on the medium tyres as well. Hats off to the drivers. So we've lost both Haas cars unfortunately, and an Alibi also out of the race as well, but the 17 cars remain. Hats off to those drivers. Superb stuff today, and thank you very much for all the latest subscribers as well. Unfortunately I don't get any emails about subscribers on anymore, or might be because I haven't got my email notifications switched on or something like that probably, but normally I would like to read them out then, but unfortunately I haven't been notified, which is such a shame. But thank you very much for everyone who's newly subscribed there. It's actually really made my Christmas indeed. That's the best Christmas present I can have, and barring chocolate of course, which I'm hoping to get in the post as well. As Nosey has very kindly bought me a chocolate bar as well. I think probably to shut me up really, isn't it really, because I've talked absolute nonsense there from pillar to post this season last night since the championship began right up till now. Also, this is a great opportunity then, whilst all the drivers are being, whilst all of it has been nullified on the safety car, as a big thank you to Liam Yeh, who has been supreme in the as the bronze admin this season. I think that he's had the toughest job out of all the admins this season. I think he's done a very good job indeed there, because no disrespect to the bronze lot, but it's been a very action-packed season, hasn't there? There's been a lot of trials and tribulations there, and a very incident-packed season as well. But I think fair play to Liam Yeh. He's been a supreme admin. Absolutely great stuff there for Liam Yeh, and yes indeed then, and I think he's been brilliant, hasn't he, Liam Yeh? And absolutely loved the course also, and taking no jib whatsoever either, Liam, isn't it? Goodness gracious me, he's actually got me scared, to be fair. Yes, of course. So I think that Liam Yeh is probably something that I think that if we was ever concerned about Liam Yeh going to FIA, I think he'd be the perfect replacement for Michael Massey then, because I think he knows that he can get the drivers well in order. So good stuff indeed there, Liam Yeh. Absolutely hats off to the bronze admin, do a supreme job this season. As I said, the toughest job I think all the ALR admins have had to face this season. Apart from having to have me in the chat as well. Shadows leads the Grand Prix then. Let's quickly catch up with the comments. Seriously saying, race of penalties now then. We'll take a look at the penalties in just a minute. Then Adam saying it's not showing me any warnings, just an instant 3-second penalty. Will those get removed then? Adam is saying then. If you can prove it, then yes. But unfortunately, that is going to be a very rare case because I don't think Liam is going to want to sit through 20 or so odd laps then of your race. And it may have been a harsh penalty. Depends on where you did it, and if it was a proper skip of the corner, then it may have been an instant 3-second penalty perhaps then, but there is very rare that you get the 3-second penalties removed. You can get the 5-second penalties removed there if you got a 5-second penalty for someone going into the back, you had the safety car or something untoward like that. Safety car's in the other side. Goodness me, we're already ready to get going on. I ain't even ready. It's very rare, and I think that Liam does depend if he's in a charitable mood or not then, so you might have to it depends if he's in a happy mood or not. So hopefully, I think he'll be in a very happy mood at the moment there because it's been a supreme race in gold, hasn't it? And he's really loved qualifying as well, judging from the comments earlier on. But of course, it does depend on the next 9 laps or so. I've got to say, I think the soft tyres are going to be very well used by the end of this run there. So I think the medium runners may come into this one. Gordo is flying on the medium runners, on the medium tyres halfway through the race last night there. So that is going to get very intriguing indeed there. Serge Russian says Liam loves the late night. Indeed he does, doesn't he? However, I'm not sure if he loves the late night if he has to go through a lot of footage there. But touch wood, he is not. There's been no unreasonable issues just yet. Safety car is in there. Shadows leads the Grand Prix on soft tyres along with Rezi and Ayrton. Ayrton has got a drive-through penalty, unfortunately, for his troubles then. And yes, 3 seconds of penalties for everyone apart from Adam on 6 for Diego, 6 for Roscoe, 6 for Gunnar at this moment in time. Then we're back racing then. Shadows is on a perfect start indeed then. What about you, Mapro, who is on the medium tyres? But Vince had a pretty disappointing start now. I don't think he's fired up his tyres very well. And Finger was up the inside there of you, Madbro. Oh, you Madbro's touched the inside wheel, rear wheel of the Red Bull car. And Fingers really trying to get past you, Madbro here. But Vintage has struggled to fire up those tyres. Same with Camera, but Camera's on the mediums here. And now we got Irvine all over the back now. Irvine is on the soft tyres and down the back straight. No DRS just yet then. Oh, you mad bro is going to have a sniff on the inside. He is having a sniff. It's more than a sniff. It's through. He's through. Yes, he is indeed through. Camera Racer has, I think, just dropped back away from Ariel at the moment now. Did Finger get past? Did Finger get past? No, he didn't. Now we're watching Finger there. He is slipstream and Vintage is strong down the other moment there. And Vintage has struggled, hasn't he? Those tyres at the moment there. I wonder if there's used soft tyres that Vintage has gone, but I'm sure he had a new set there. So I'm surprised by that, and unfortunately our graphic doesn't tell us that. So we're just going to have to surmise, I think. But I just feel that maybe he didn't warrant those tyres or nothing, but I doubt that would have been the case there for Vintage. Theo's gone to the back of Irvine, and Finn, I think that Theo's races in at major peril. 3-second penalties all over the show there, and Ferrari are out of the, are at the moment not scoring any points there, so Joseph, this is an opportunity now for the Aston Martin. Joseph may have snuck in here with Theo having a major problem, then can Aston Martin win the Constructor Championship? Love the sparks, by the way. Good stuff indeed there, Shadows, going creating a bit of a magical tension there. Shadows is off the circuit. Has he got no wing there? It looks like the Shadows may have no wing. But Rezi, his incredible debut is come to a screeching halt there. Oh goodness me! And what a shame there. He's having a supreme debut. He's doing very gentlemanly to get back on the circuit. Hats off indeed. Yes, Swanshanks has lost his front nose cone there, unfortunately. Oh, what a shame there for Rezi. Oh goodness gracious me. Then down the back straight we go, and here is you mad bro. Is he too far back? He's looking very lively on the medium tyres, you mad bro is there. I wonder if the medium tyres are the way to go. Adam is now got past Irvine. Irvine is going to hang it on the outside there, but this is, oh gosh, there's a cloud between the two drivers, but Adam is through. At the moment, we are keeping an eye on the Aston Martin. They have to outscore Ferrari by 8 points to win the Constructors Championship here tonight. Then it connects up the inside. Oh my word, at the gap. Oh, he clouted the inside barrier there and connects spun around there. That barrier on the inside there just propelled him into the side of Irvine there. I don't think that's the fault of neither drivers there, is it there? It's just the way of the track, really. Unfortunately, maybe Connects took too much curb potentially. Maybe. maybe. But unfortunately, that's a bit of a nightmare restart for the Williams team, and now both in 15th and 16th positions. Make that 17th now for Connect set. On board then with you, Matt Bro. DRS has now been enabled at the end of lap 22 then. Ayrton is in the pit set, so he's got to drive through penalty, Ayrton, and that has really hurt his Grand Prix. And this is now starting to come into Joseph's fruition here. Roscoe's in the position there. Theo is down in 14th position. Has he got damage there, Theo, as for going to the back of her? You mad bro! He's in the wall! You mad bro! He's in the wall! He's lost a hole in the front wing now on the Mercedes there. Look, Carrot Fingers on the outside of Vintage there. Vintage having to fall through. Incredible! On you mad bro! It's all you mad bro! It was going so well. He's got a 3-second penalty there. Will be. He was cruising. My word there. Shadows has seen the race by 4 seconds now as this race has become absolute mega here. And anything could have now. And Fingers all over the back of Vintage. Fingers past Vintage there. I'm not sure. I'm not going to. Am I going to make a prediction? No, I'm not. Joseph is up into 8th position. My grief. He's made that 7th. Joseph is 1 position away. Nope, he's 2 positions away there from getting Aston Martin into the Constructors Championship. So him and Gunnar, can they celebrate tonight? Gunnar's in the contention points as well. Irvine is coming back at him then as they're going wheel to wheel down the back straight then. And Irvine's back up in the 7th position. Joseph back down to 8th. I'm brave. Wow, impressive stuff indeed there. And Gunnar and Roscoe become a major part in this Grand Prix now, haven't they? Aston Martin are on 5 points. Ferrari on 2 points. They have to outscore the Ferrari by 8 points to be crowned the Constructors Champion. So this is all. Joseph is also trying to clinch 2nd position in the Drivers' Championship as well. It's all to play for. Joseph is the star tonight then. Shadows is leading the race though as well then. Critical Point saying that, come on, Shadows first win. He's 4.3 seconds up at the moment there on the on Ariel, who's at 2nd position, on Camaro in 3rd position. I must say that Camaro and Finger are looking very strong on those medium tires there. I have a hunch then, which is probably quite a bad thing to have then, but I have a hunch nonetheless, and I think that the medium tires are going to start to perform better than the soft tires. That's what happened last night there, as we've got all kind of arrows here, there and everywhere at the moment. There's not sure what's happening here, but yeah, as it stands, so we've got this is going to get very interesting. We've got Aston Martin Ferrari. Aston Martin Ferrari, they were completely separated by the whole field at one point. Now all of a sudden we have gone full circle. Diego has spun the car, and that's unfortunately that Gunnar then is he may not be able to defend this. Finger is now in the 3rd position. He's on an incredible debut. Finger is he is now 3rd, and he's the highest of the medium runner tires. Gunnar is on medium tires as well, and so Gunnar, this race may come back to Gunnar later on. Then Joseph is back on to 7th position there, and Joseph is back. Then he needs to be a bit further up. Then Vintage is on the outside. He passes Adam and Vintage. Impressive stuff indeed tonight for Vintage there. Wow, mega. Oof. Gosh, there. Oof, my word there. I think I've definitely earned me chocolate bar for this season. I'm like, good grief. Absolutely impressive stuff indeed there. So far, then Aston Martin are on 6 points. I must say then, I'm a bit concerned now because my masters are poor. So this is going to be edge of the seat stuff for me as well, because this is going to get very precarious indeed, I think, for the constructors and the drivers. Joseph Fair is going to be pushed as hard as he can. He needs 8 points at least. The 8 points then is Adam in front of us there. Gunnar, who's not scoring points one there, but Ferrari got 3 points then. So at the moment, Ferrari are the Constructors Champions with Roscoe in 9th position and Theo in 10th. Then this is getting very tense stuff indeed. That Adam is all over the back of Vintage. It's going for a switcheroo then, but Vintage is having none of it. They're parking it in the middle of the circuit. Great racecraft indeed there from Vintage. He is having none of it. Oh, Adam's gone wide there, and he's got a 3-second penalty for going off the circuit. Unfortunately, Joseph is ghosted there, and Joseph dropped down the order as oh goodness me, and I hope that's maybe a problem with his back up in the 7th position now. Carrot Finger has now got himself back up into has got himself into 2nd position then. Ariel dropping down to 3rd one, and Ariel's quick here last night as well, wasn't he? Theo has just got past Roscoe and moved himself up into 9th position now. Roscoe is not giving up this one there. I think the Roscoe may have just braked a bit deeper than Theo, but Theo has now got 1 lap younger tyres, and Ariel's got past Finger, and Fingers having none of it down. Fingers through, and he's up into third position there, and Ayrton's also got past Gunnar as well. Ayrton now with 11 position there. Ayrton has also got 7 on the line as well. That is for the battle in second in the championship one. Needs to outscore Joseph by 3 points, but Joseph needs to score. He needs to be into 5th position at the very minimum now as well. And even that's not enough, thanks. He needs to outscore Ferrari by 10 points. He needs by 8 points. It needs to be an 8-point swing then. Vintage though is holding up Adam then, and the gap is now 2.2 seconds. And Vintage is off there, and Vintage is on the sausage curve there, and now up the inside goes Joseph. He's into 8th position there. Joseph's in 8th then. Next target is Adam then, but it's still not enough then, because Ferrari in 9th and 10th position at the moment there, and so Ferrari on 3 points then. So the gap then is I don't know what the gap is then. I'm gonna have to get my fingers out in a minute then. My word there. And that's absolutely incredible stuff indeed. 4 seconds the gap is between Shatters and Carrot Finger at the moment. Ariel in 3rd position. Camera Racer is currently in 4th then. Yellow flags in 3. As one of the Mercedes there is just crawling at the back of the field. Unfortunately at the moment there, as the Mercedes there is looking so strong for it's incredible, isn't it? Formula 1 race is never done until we see that funny checkered cloth we at the end of the race there. The checkered flag, that is Yumampo's got the fast on the race, so he may be able to get a bonus point here. Ferrari now still 9th and 10th, and Joseph's transponder is all over the show here. He's up in the 5th. He's up in the 5th, you know. There he is, and he's making a charge. Theo and Roscoe, who are fighting for the Constructors' Championship, but Roscoe is not concerned by that, is he? Goodness me. As you would thought the team orders him, but Roscoe's coming back at him there, and he's banging with the 9th position there. Theo and Roscoe is on 3 points at the moment. Joseph is on 10 now, and the swing is 7 points. That is a point between the two in the Constructors' Championship. This is incredible, isn't it? Can Gunnar get involved as well? Joseph needs 4th then. Joseph needs 4th then to be crowned the Aston Martin Constructors Champions, because if it goes on, if it's joint, then it will go on count back in terms of wins. And Ferrari have got more wins than Aston Martin there. More wins, not wings there. Joseph needs to find 3 seconds in 2 laps for Aston Martin to be crowned the Constructors World Champions. He will take points then. And my goodness me, Rez has got a 3-second penalty. Let's take a look at the penalty situation, shall we? 3 seconds to go. Penalties are at this moment in time then, and I forgot about the penalties, and oh my word there, and now it's going to get even more intense here. Theo right underneath the gearbox for his teammate then. Both Ferraris are losing out heavily now, because they are now about 5 seconds away from Irvine. Look, Irvine's already going into the hairpin now, so both Ferraris are really hurting themselves here. And look, Ayrton's also free. Gunnar's off the circuit, and Gunnar's out of the Grand Prix on lap 27 out of 28. He could have had a part to play, but not tonight, Gunnar. But he could be one half of the Constructors World Champions here tonight when it's all said and done. Even though Joseph is in 5th position, but it looks no, he's yes, he is in 5th position there. So yellow flag. I thought it was going to be a virtual safety car, but it's not there. So Theo is on the outside then. Ferraris are getting a very cozy, and there's this incredible battle between the two Ferraris. Roscoe's just giving me a trim. And look, Adam's back through. Oh goodness me! But Joseph's still in 5th position on there, because Adam's got a 12-second penalty. Joseph at the gap. Camera Racers now within 2 seconds. Now within 2 seconds of each other. Theo and Roscoe are still fighting. Theo's off the circuit. He's damaged the Ferrari. The Ferrari dream of the Constructors is falling away on that 27 out of 28 here. Good grief, man. I just can't take any more. Then Joseph is still in 5th position. He has got the 10 points there. Roscoe is in 10th position and on count back of penalties now, remember. I think Aston Martin may have done it here. Oh my goodness me. Joseph is going for 2nd in this championship as well. I'm forgetting Shatters. He's on course for his first Grand Prix win. How dare I? This is incredible stuff indeed there. So Shatters at the moment is 3.3 seconds in front of Finger, who is 2nd, and Ariel in 3rd position. Camero 4th. Joseph is in the net fit. Ariel's out of the race. Oh my word there. I don't know what I'm saying. Joseph is now in a 4th position, is he? I think he is. He is now up into 4th position, Joseph. That is 12 points then. Roscoe is now on 6 points then. But Roscoe's got a 6-second penalty, which means he'll be down to 4. It is, I think it's joint on points, isn't it? I think it's joint on points. So Ferrari at the moment, no Theo's back in the points as well, because we got a 9-second penalty for Recify as well. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what I'm doing there. It's a critical out by the Ferrari master plan then. Oh my goodness me then. And Ayrton's got past Roscoe and up in his 7th position as well. Here is Shatters now. Shatters is on the phone up. Adam is now past. Adam is past the camera. Can Joseph get past as well? He needs to for the Constructors Championship.
championship here. Has Ferrari really self-destructed here in the final race here in Abu Dhabi? Shatters is now into the final couple. Roscoe's back pass in front of Ayrton, and I'm not sure if the drivers are aware, but the Constructors' Championship here, incredible stuff indeed. That and Shatters is out of the final turn, and Shatters is going to win his first ever race of his ALR career. He's out of the final turn, and Shatters wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. What an incredible drive from Shatters there. I doubted about the soft tyres there, but my grief there. Camera Racer's in third position there, I think, and I'm not sure where Joseph is. I'm thinking Joseph is 4, found on at 12 points at the moment now. So we're going to, it's about time. I remind you, this is what matters there. And Connect has got a 3-second penalty as well. Joseph is 4th, Vintage is 5th, Irvine is 6th, Adam is 7th, Irvine is 8th, Roscoe is 9th, and Resify is in 10th position now. I think Aston Martin, hang on, are Aston Martin the Constructors' Champions? I think they are. I think Aston Martin are the Constructors' Champions. Am I getting too excited? Yes, I am. I don't really know. But I mean, congratulations to Shatters. What an incredible drive today. Absolutely supreme stuff. Absolutely mega stuff indeed there for Shatters. It was a what a drive then. I think he deserved a Grand Prix win over a couple of races this season. But Shatters, a first-time Grand Prix winner on the last race of bronze, and fantastic stuff indeed there for Shatters today. Absolutely mega stuff indeed. Roscoe will be 9th, I think, then. So, yeah, Joseph is 4th on 12 points. Roscoe will have 2 points then. I think that Aston Martin have won the Constructors' Championship by 2 points, I think, then. Or Gordon thinks Ferrari thinks he's won it by 1 point. Oh, gosh, that. Aston Martin are the Constructors' World Champions. So Joseph has got the drive today. And I think Knowlesy has just even messaged me as well. There's Aston Martin are the Constructors' Champions. And yes, indeed. And look at Shatters there. He is boxed his way to glory here tonight. Wow, incredible stuff indeed there. And what a last race it was in bronze night. My grief. Congratulations to the Aston Martin team. They were absolutely sensational stuff. Aston Martin have won the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari have imploded, and Aston Martin are the World Constructors' Champions of ALR Bronze. Supreme stuff indeed there. Ferrari have imploded there. Ferrari drove into each other there. Roscoe was not letting his teammate through, and Theo has damaged his car on the second to last lap. That allowed Joseph to come through. He's claimed second. He has claimed the Constructors' Championship. Gunnar and Joseph are the Constructors' World Champions for Aston Martin. Well done indeed. That was brilliant. Final classification then from the Grand Prix here in Abu Dhabi. Shatters his first ever Grand Prix win in ALR Bronze. Superb stuff. Carrot Finger is the name. Brilliant. He is in second stay on his debut as well. He was hunting down Shatters there with just a couple laps to go, but third in the end, second in the end. And Camera Racer is in third today, and that is, I think, his first podium of the season. It is indeed. Congratulations to Camera Racer. Really good drive indeed. Joseph, driver of the day from 19th to 4th. Made a mistake in qualifying. He dragged that Aston Martin through. Joseph and Gunnar are the Constructors' World Champions as well. Incredible end to that race there. Ferrari have imploded here tonight. Ferrari have imploded. I can't believe it. Vintage in 5th position in the Red Bull. Great drive from Vintage. I think that was his strongest weekend. Strongest weekend, superb, or strongest event, I should say. Irvine in 6th position now, Adam in 7th, Ayrton in 8th position. It was looking so good to that drive-through penalty for Ayrton. 9th position was Roscoe, 10th position was Resify. He lost it. Apart from that, Resify and Carrot Finger been brilliant. Theo in 11th position today. 12th position is Umabro with Diego 13th. Swan Shanks 14th, I think Connects in 15th. Retirements was Ariel, Gunnar, Diashi, Mac and Alibi. Unfortunately, all retired then from the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Ooh, I'm going to have to sit down, I think. Has anyone joined me? I think there's only Carrot Finger has joined me tonight then, so I don't think anyone wants to speak to me, which is understandable. Carrot Finger, my goodness me, what a debut tonight then. You was absolutely supreme. Tell us about your first experience in ALR if you can.
Oh, it's great. It's great racing. Very clean. I'm enjoying it so much, actually. One of the best leagues I've actually raced in.
Brilliant stuff indeed. There, we'll drop you a fiver after this one. But of course, then I got to say then, when you came in the pits and threw on the medium tires, then did you think that those soft tires towards them was going to fall off the cliff for Shatters?
Yeah, I started thinking that mid race kind of because of I was just literally looking at you mad bro what he was putting on, and he was the only one putting on the mediums, and I didn't really think to put on softs, and then I was kind of like, when they came out, I was like, oh dear, I'm gonna get destroyed. But luckily, I could absolutely rip those mediums, and the softs would just die out.
And going back to qualify as well, I've got to say that back end of that Alpine of yours looked like a shopping trolley. It was going here, there, and everywhere. Was you a bit concerned going into the race?
No, I just knew where my limit was. It was normally that inside curb that I was losing it on, so I knew just to stay away from that. Maybe lift up the throttle a little bit, just stay safe, and yeah, so it was kind of helpful.
And what was your favourite overtaking manoeuvre today, if you have one? I must say that you've got an abundance to choose from.
Maybe the dive bomb on the Ferrari, because he, I think it was that one anyway, or the one where I overtook and then down the DRS zone he came back on me, but I did the switch back and then through the chicane, and that was quite fun.
Oh, that sounds quite fruitful. I hope I got that on stream. Fantastic stuff today, Carrot Finger. Brilliant stuff indeed then. I need to stop shouting finger though, because I think my neighbours are worried about me. Right then, let's I think we'll finish it there. I don't think everyone else is in the commentary box tonight, apart from Liam. It is indeed then. But very much, what an incredible season for Bronze. It's been absolutely superb stuff indeed then. We'll be back in action for COBALT tomorrow night, and the final time then that ALR will be on there before we turn into a hyperdrive for next season. Really well, really good stuff indeed then. Congratulations to Aston Martin. They are the Constructors World Champions. Theo, the youngest ever ALR champion, but we knew that from a couple of weeks ago. Join us tomorrow night then, as we're going to have some fun then on the final